Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 21 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I am your host tonight. I'm going to point you in the direction of the poll that's about to end in chat right now. What color do you want Shovel Knight to be? Because guess what? We're running Shovel Knight tonight. We are a show here on Never Before Seen that brings you a bunch of different speedruns of games and categories that have never before been seen on the mainline GDQ stage. And closing out at number one with 31% of the vote is the magenta Shovel Knight color. So I see Moo remember like when I was like, hey, magenta's in the league. Yes! Was basically his reaction.
That is with good reason. It's also going to be less embarrassing for me to plug it in because I'm so used to doing it by muscle memory.
Exactly. And so I just want to remind everyone that this is the show that if you run a game that has never been run in AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx events, and you'd like to have it on the show, just let me know. Submit it via the !NBS command into chat. That will give you the link to submit. This is our Season 3 premiere of the show, which means that we're looking at a game that, while it has been on the main GDQ stage before, there are still categories for it that have not been. And I am joined by the wonderful Mumu Akai, mere hours before his birthday, mind you, to showcase not one, not two, but 3 Shovel Knight Treasure Trove 100% runs. So we're going to start off with Shovel Knight, then we're going to do Plague Knight, then we're going to do Spectre Knight, all wrapped up into what is sure to be a great show tonight. Before we get started, though, we do have a couple of announcements I just want to bring up real quick. First and foremost, the Frame Fatales Games Committee applications are now open. Go to gamesdonequick.com to apply if you're interested in participating in that. Frame Fatales has also been selected for a finalist, or as a finalist for the Game Her Awards. Learn more with the !vote command in chat as well. And of course, if you missed any of our GDQ Hotfix shows, check out our archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And if you're over on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick to check out our live shows starting most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And while you're there, Hotfix is funded in part thanks to your subscriptions and bits, so please consider subscribing to help support future broadcasts. Now, Mumu, how are you tonight?
I feel fantastic. I'm excited. I'm also completely terrified. I saw someone call out, they noticed the name of the estimate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I asked Mumu, what's your estimate for Shovel? He just goes, God help me. And I was like, God help me, got it. But no, realistically, it's a 120-ish, kind of. So we're going to put 120 and hope for the best here.
Yeah. I was very recently on Spike Vegeta and J Hobbs' show, Speedrunning Underground, with David TKI, and we presented all nights in a race, back to back to back to back. That's about a 3-hour category. All 3 of these runs is longer than that, and I'm only doing 3 of the characters. I'm not doing King Knight because he's 3 hours by himself.
Oh Lord.
King
by the
Knight
way,
would be
before
fun,
we
but
get
yeah.
started, sorry, can you just pop out your feed for me on Discord?
Oh!
Yeah, I completely forgot. I would like to be able to see the run I'm about to show on the stream. Yes, but yeah, go ahead
okay.
and...
okay. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Yeah, this is a super fun run. Out of all the nights, Shovel is my weakest. But like I was saying, David and we did all nights before. I am one of the most comfortable runners with all of the characters in a bunch of different categories. I just showed you a couple of clips of examples of things that I've put myself through in this game. I've dealt with some very strange alterations to the way this game runs. So as far as being able to do 100%, no problem. Shovel is definitely going to be the scariest one. Out of the 3 nights, he has to break almost every checkpoint. That said, there is a feat where you don't ever die and you have to break every checkpoint, and I used to do all feats runs for all the characters as well. So this is something I've kind of done before.
Right. Cool. So if you are ready to go and, you know, see if we can meet that estimate, this is practically a Mercy Kill spinoff.
You're not wrong. Oh, man. All right, I'm ready to go then. I'll count us down, and I'm slightly cheating. I'm using my own splits to remind me where I need to go, because 100% is a pretty complex category, but I'm good otherwise.
All right.
On go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, Shovel Knight 100% hasn't been showed off at a GDQ, and it's a really cool category. It is kind of similar to Any% for a little while, but the biggest differences between Any% and 100% is that I have to get a lot more money, and unfortunately, Shovel Knight is kind of slow in comparison to the other nights, so sidetracking for money is kind of out of the question. In order to facilitate the amount of money that I'm going to be needing for this run, you can break checkpoints as this character, and when you do, the color of the checkpoint represents the amount of money that you're going to get out of it. Unfortunately, I have to break every checkpoint I come across. I will just barely have the amount of money that I need for my first shopping trip. That jump is a little scary. I'm doing a bunch of different things that will save like small amounts of time just because I'm so used to running like the more difficult high execution categories. So I actually have left and right bound to my D-pad and joystick, because you can hold both to attack in one direction and move in another. That'll come up later on. And then as far as like other bindings things that I'm doing, I'm using Joy to Key. Joy to Key is specifically something we allow for PC runners, because if you're playing this on a keyboard, you actually can swap to any of the relics just by touching the numbers on the keyboard. So to kind of keep it as an even playing field, we allow people to bind the keyboard buttons to some of their joystick functions. So later on, when I'm juggling like 8 or 9 sub-weapons, I'm going to be flicking my sticks a lot back and forth just to be able to manage that. I can only bind 1, 2, 3 of them, and then beyond that, I kind of have to do Mega Man stuff where I'm like using the left and right bumpers to swap back and forth a bunch. And I'm already kind of spacing out on the slight differences here. I'm cutting corners a little bit too much there. I'm just on autopilot in terms of like saving every frame. Just like, this is a marathon. You need to be a little bit safer. So that room has a music sheet in it. There's a whole bunch that are like that. All the rooms that have the music sheets are slight challenge rooms. Oh, and I'm coming up on Bubble Wrap. This is probably one of the oldest speedrun tricks that gets shown off all the time. I'm gonna go for a slightly more optimal version of this. Nice. And nice. Okay. A pixel-aligned setup to have the bubble dragon only blow 2 bubbles. 1, 2. Nice, I got it. That trick was made a little bit easier on the last bit of that execution. Yacht Club was getting a lot of reports about people trying to do this and soft-locking their game, so they just included it. It's a feature now.
You gotta love that.
It's so cool. If you are generously close to the activation spot for the old glitch, you just get zipped and you get a little whoosh sound effect. So now speedrunning is canon. Uh-oh, Black Knight's giving me trouble. Come on. There we go. Yes, also the never, what is, Amber's, the other Amber's show? No, it's not Amber, it's, Kung Fu Fruit Cup.
Oh, that's never happened before.
Yes, glitches. So that's, one of the few glitches that you'll get to see for this character. There's another one that's, kind of weird and obscure. It's basically a way to get, like, almost double jump height, and it only works on screen transitions, and it's only useful once in the run.
Yeah, I see someone asking, like, what's going on with the fact that Shovel Knight is being shown on Never Before Seen. And just to reiterate, this is the Season 3 premiere. Every season premiere I do, which is every 10 episodes or so of the show, we visit a game that has been on the main stage for GDQ, but not, like, the category that's being run has not been in the show, or on the main stage. And 3 separate 100% runs have never been shown on GDQ, and Mumu offered all of them because he is a fool that is wonderful.
Right, here's that silly double jump.
So yeah, I can fill your whole show. Let's go. And I'm like, all right.
I originally just submitted Plague Knight because I was like, okay, I can do Plague Knight, no problem. And then you gave me the extra time, and I was like, I I could definitely do Spectre Knight, and I can, quotation marks, do Shovel Knight. And you said yes to all three. I was like, I have to really de-rush Shovel Knight real quick. So my time for Shovel Knight is not bad. Also, I started breaking checkpoints. They have a guaranteed pink gem, which is the 200. And then they have 10 of whatever colors inside them. These checkpoints only have, they're gray, so they only have like 10 pennies in them. So 210, but I still need all of that money. But yeah, I'm pretty good at all the characters. Shovel Knight, my time is a 109. I PB'd last night. And Smoggy, who has the record, has a 102 or 103, I believe. That's really hard to do. Mostly because if I die at this point, I get sent back to the beginning of the stage. So, you know, just don't die. No problem.
I mean, that's my favorite speedrun strategy. Just don't die. Oh.
No!
Oh, no!
The rat's movement is complete RNG, by the way. That's never happened before.
Does someone call Poo-Poo real quick?
Oh, man. Well, I get to do this trick twice, at least. Okay, so the other bad part, and hopefully that's the last time that'll happen to me, that was obviously a pretty late death in the stage, and it's going to cost me about a minute or so. I have to make sure I get that money back. If I die again now, that's an even bigger problem, and that's why the estimate's so high. Because the money that I lost, I drop a quarter of my money every time I die, and that money disappears if I die again. It's the Dark Souls of platformers.
We're going there.
That's not even, this isn't even a scary level. Wait till we get to the scary levels. Here's another holding two directions trick. Yes?
So there's scarier levels.
Oh, of course.
I'm looking forward to the screams.
Yes,
The inevitable screams.
Once we get to Lost City, I'm not even gonna play around with these rats anymore. Just gonna get out of my way, precocious little scamps. That's also not even the scary room. The next room that I have to do is another side room for the music sheet. And it's not an intuitively done room. The first couple times that I tried to do this room, I kept dying because I didn't realize you actually want to jump pretty much as soon as possible. And it's still scary. And I'm going to be taking a faster version of this room. Never mind. I'm going to be taking the regular version of this room. Okay, I'm fine. Just wait a second. Take your time. Don't go back to the beginning of the stage.
I regret nothing about asking you to be on the show.
More rat RNG making me question life choices. Okay. No problem. So here's King Knight. Here's the first boss. First actual boss. It's really tricky to stay on top of him. But if you can get some nice pogos that lead you into the ceiling.
Ooh.
And the next time we fight King Knight, like, there is going to be a boss rush, very Mega Man style, but the room's going to be different. There's not going to be a ceiling in that room. And I'm also going to have much better weapons at that point. So everyone who's getting my screams, that's the Moo experience, just so we're all aware. So this is a very Mario 3 style. The levels have like random map encounters, basically. Please, very nice. Okay. Those tricks can sometimes be problematic. I am going to clear them out of the way, not just because they have a bunch of money, but they actually lose time every time they do their little map shuffle. People want a heart rate plugin for me. I'm sure that would also be an interesting metric to observe. Oh wow, I didn't get hit there. Nice. So, this is Lich Yard. This stage, in terms of how much anxiety it's going to give me, not too much. There is a couple of dark rooms where I literally can't see what's going on. But beyond that, I'll be fine. Frog, play nice. Dang it. Now, I haven't been picking up a lot of the sub-weapons that you should be getting as this character, but that's because they're also available for purchase. Like, normally you can buy them in the stage, and if you do, they're at a slight discount. But the rooms that they are in are usually very slow to actually go through. The one in Pridemore is actually really funny to go through. Hold on, this is a dark room. Okay, I didn't die. To make sure I actually listen to Shovel Knight's feet landing on the ground.
That would terrify me, actually. Like, to try to go through.
Yeah, there's actually I'm not going to go for it, but I have practiced, and I've made a whole bunch of tutorials for this game. And there's a skip in this room you can do, where you juggle the beetle that's right below me across the two spike pits. And it's like half a second faster than going around the long way. So I have done that before, but I've definitely not practiced it for this run for very good reasons.
It's always like my favorite time save in longer runs, or like runs where you really can't afford to die. It's like,
you're kidding me! Nothing but net. That's happened to me once before. No! You're kidding me! I have to be really good to do that twice in a row. Extraordinarily bad at video games. So weighted platforms are a very cool mechanic. I'm going to give quick shout-outs to two individuals that I see popping up in chat. There's a lot of really cool people who help me out with this game all the time, community members, etc. But I do see David TKI, who I did mention before as my rival for all nights. Oh, Frog, please. Oh, Frog, please. Go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast. Yes, okay, I made it. Frogs are random as well. Okay. Okay, I made it through the terrifying dark rooms. Okay, so here's Spectre Knight. Spectre Knight is mostly a static fight, can teleport to either the bottom left or bottom right corner after the first set, and that would cost me about 5 seconds to get a bad teleport. So this one's guaranteed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good RNG, yeah! The legendary left Spectre, let's go. The other person I wanted to quickly shout out is the community manager for Yacht Club Games, Celia, who is very helpful on coordinating for these events and getting the word out there. Shout outs to Yacht Club Games in general as well. Pretty awesome game they made.
Yeah, I've heard and seen nothing but good things about this game, honestly.
So this is the dream sequence, and it is my goal to die as quickly as possible. You're supposed to catch Shield Knight, but that's very, very slow. You can end the dream immediately, though, if you die. But I do need money, and you can get a ton of money in these stages. Please. And then I just need one more hit. Cool. And then if your body is underneath Shield Knight, you can hit a ting. Nice. And that signifies that your corpse caught her. Which is, your body is like a pixel higher than missing her and like having Shield Knight land on the ground. So it's a time save of sorts.
It's like, don't mind me, my body's just gonna be your landing spot.
I provided cushioning. Yo, Backpedal, let's go! I love the townies. Okay, so here's a guessing game for everyone to play. What is my score going to be? I have to do a mini game for a music sheet. And my average score, I guess I should leave it a mystery. Nah, so I guess the low end of scores would be like a 200 to 250. If I don't do that, I won't get the music sheet. And the world record holder has somewhere around a 400, which is like completely ridiculous. So where do you think I'm going to get?
God, what was your average?
My average is around 300. The low end is the 200 range, which would be really bad.
Okay, I'm gonna go with like a 275. I have faith, but I don't know how well placed my faith is.
You're justified because a lot of bad things could go wrong here. Ooh, getting lots of 10s though. Oh, I see some low guesses. Y'all are hurting me with that 199.
Yo!
I would have to do this game twice. Shoutouts to Jake Coffin, who composed a lot of the music for this game. Got some real bangers.
Need you to. Oh, you've exceeded my 275. Yo.
I'm so good at this game. You get more money the better you do.
The closest we got was a 305 and a couple of 315s in chat.
So I'm doing my first bit of shopping right now. I'm going to be picking up everything here, even though I'm not going to be using a lot of this stuff. The chalices, I'm actually not going to visit the Tribal King at all as Shovel Knight. Kind of. You can use those as like sub-tanks to get like health and ammo back and a whole bunch of other neat effects. But you have to watch him dance, and that takes like 2 minutes, really slow. So unfortunately not going to happen.
Oh, someone did call a 310 exactly. I didn't even see that. I had to scroll up.
Yo,
Congrats on
congratulations.
guessing.
So the most important purchases that I got are the fishing rod, technically, because I need to get music sheets. Chaos Orb is a great weapon. Flare Wand is situationally useful. It's also a good weapon. And I got the Phase Locket, which I am terrified, and I have to focus because this is Lost City. This is where runs go to die. So normally, if you're a fan of Shovel Knight, you might know about Beetle Skip, where you lure one of the enemies to help you get across this gigantic gap. I'm going to be going for a harder version of that trick that doesn't use that because I have the Phase Locket. Way back in the day, any percent used to get the Phase Locket, and then they found out that it was really slow. But this trick exists. One. Ah! Not gonna make that. Dang it. Okay, so I died at the easier part. But you can see where I'm going with that. The Phase Locket, because it stops you in the air, it actually resets your fall speed. I have to do the hard part again. And then the fun part after I do the hard part is that I still have to break every checkpoint. So if I die, I might have to do it again. Oh, you're kidding me! Okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. Oh, God. Tag. Oh my God, okay. I've never gotten stuck under a single brick like that.
Oh my goodness. That was a good fix, by the way. Like, I was like ready when I heard I can fix this. I can fix this, and I'm like, someone get the clip button ready.
Yeah, this for many reasons, this category doesn't play around.
Oh no, not at all. Like, this looks incredibly stressful.
God, this room is awful. And this is basically a room where, like, what I'm doing is the intended casual strat as well.
What?
This is how you get across this room. Okay, so I'm actually pretty low on money. Thankfully, those gems exist, so now I have just a little over 3,000. Now, when I said money was tight, the next thing that I'm buying is literally 3,000 gold.
Oh, jeez. You are not kidding about being on a budget here.
Yeah, breaking all those checkpoints, I needed to do, and you cannot miss your money. Okay, so now I'm swapping to things like Chaos Orbs based on my button presses. So for the DS4 that I'm using, or PlayStation 4 controller, I will be using Circle to swap to the Chaos Orbs if I ever need to. Triangle is my Dust Knuckles. Come on. And then from there, I need to have memorized like where which one gets me from left and right swaps. Be extra safe in this room because I don't want to die. And then thankfully, there is another super terrifying skip, but it's the one that I do all the time at any percent.
I just want to bring up that chat also is appreciating the Stu Pickles, Homer Simpson style screams you've got.
Okay. Okay.
And before we went into this run, I told Mumu, I was like, if nothing else, this run will be very entertaining, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's Mole Knight. Now, the Chaos Orbs being a really cool weapon means that they're going to hit him 3 times as he passes by. Nice. Kills him before he even drops any more dirt piles. This game is absolutely worth picking up. Please do. Oh, man. One of my favorite parts of the run. I'm gonna bully a kid for his lunch money. Get over here. This is Reese. This is one of the Wandering Travelers. One of the 4 characters that people got to kickstart their way into the game. You have to focus on this kill. I wasn't kidding about bullying him. You. I know a lot of people probably struggled with that fight. That is one of the easier ways of taking him out. And I love it. So, when I said that, there were more terrifying stages, I kind of meant the rest of the game. This is definitely another terrifying stage. Explodatorium has very damaging hazards. And global cycles. Trying to make sure I'm lined up with everything. God, please. Okay. Oh, nice. Please go fast, please go fast, please go fast. Please go faster. Woo. Okay. You kind of have to walk off of that ledge, so if you're too slow, you just walk onto spikes. God! Okay, I'm fine. Why did I risk that?
Ooh.
Don't worry, everything's completely under control. Everyone's safe and sound here in the Moo Bus.
Are we sure?
I got this handled. Everything's fine. Okay, so this is the point of the run. We're going to be picking up weapons as we go instead of in the town. Because they're all really good now. This is the alchemy coin, and when I kill an enemy with it, it drops even more money. I can also knuckle the coin for a little bit of movement, which is really cool. And I can pogo off of it for even more movement. So there's going to be some ridiculous tricks that only work because of the alchemy coin. Yes! Like that! Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. Good. Probably not going to make this cycle, so I'm going to a little bit careful here. Dang. Okay, so I have to wait a little bit longer. That's fine. And then here is a ladder skip using, these enemies are called fairies, but the community calls them chompies. I wonder why. Now,
I can only wonder why.
There's a cool trick in this room that you can do with this slot. Get away! If you're doing any %, because you have to delay to break that checkpoint, we instead go for the backup strap to 100%. And I failed it, thank you. Where you would pogo off of that guy, and because of weird hitbox... Stop hurting me! Hitbox stuff, you would actually be able to... That dirt pile on the left, you could actually knuckle it somehow. And I'm slightly afraid because of my damage taken. Should be fine. That was not helpful. Okay, so crisis averted. I get to heal. And now I get to fight Plague Knight. A very random character to fight, which is very helpful on a run like this. Okay. I need you to take some damage at this point. Some damage would be nice. Could you? Wow, okay. I haven't hit him with a single coin. This is great. This fight has gone completely off the rails. Whoa! This is pretty much what a casual player looks like fighting this character. That's good. But I didn't die.
Did not die, and that's the goal.
Okay, so for a little bit of time, I'm going to be using the coin and then knuckling it. Like that, which is it's slightly faster than moving. Knuckling in general is slightly faster than moving. But it's very expensive in terms of how much magic it costs me to do, so it's not going to happen often. 5, 2. This is the second Duck Knight. If you're wondering why we call them Duck Knights, all you need to do is take a good look at them. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, so now we're doing another shopping trip. And this is going to be the last shopping that I do for a while. So I'm buying the Charge Slash, which is a charged attack, but you slow down dramatically when you use it, so you can't actually, like, always hold the charge like you would in the Mega Man game. And then I'm buying Conjurer's Coat, which gives me an additional 50 magic, which is great, but it also lines the inside of my armor with pins and needles, because I take 1.5 times damage now. As if I needed more reasons to run the risk of dying. Here's Baz. He hits really hard as well. Behave. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, this is a huge problem for me. I have to play this like a wimp, actually. Oh. You know what? He is more likely to kill me. I'm going to restart the fight. He has way too much health for me to finish that fight. So, because of the way the Chaos Orbs move, if you are off by like a tiny bit, okay, there we go. They won't hit as many times. Please die? Thank you. Being at a heart and a half is not actually a safe point for me anymore. Anything that deals a whole heart of damage would kill me at this point. So I have to be very conscious of what deals X amount of damage to me. Oops. 3. Now we're in the Iron Whale. This is the water stage. And this is where the fishing rod is ironically going to be useful. Because one of the music sheets is locked away behind fishing it up. There's another reason why I had to get it. Point trick. Get safe. Go.
So, how does water handle in this game, out of curiosity?
It just makes me fall down slower and jump a lot higher, which means I want to minimize my airtime, and also be careful not to jump directly into spikes. Okay, fishing. So the amount of time it takes for me to actually catch something is RNG as well. I've had to sit here for like 10 seconds before, and it felt great. God, okay. This is fine. Just deciding to be a little bit safer. Mostly because the next boss also has random movement. This is Tithalon. This boss can can slow down. Not typically, but can slow down. Moves left and right a bunch, moves up and down a bunch. And while you're trying to hit the chest is going to be the weak spot. Can easily bump into me, which could knock me into a pit or kill me. I have pretty good health right now, so I'm not too worried about dying. 4. Fish, though, might hit me. Okay. This will give me the anchor. The anchor is not a particularly useful weapon. A lot of people really like this weapon casually because it's got a really good angle to attack enemies with. And Yacht Club also did a good job of putting in like enemies that are above you at such an angle that would be really useful. But it's actually not got a lot of the applications for the speed run. If something goes wrong later on, I might use it. There's a couple of oops moments where I could end up having to use it. And the other weird thing about it is that it technically messes up with my weapon swapping order. So now the coin is a little bit more annoying to reach from the knuckle. Just increasing my APM. Oh yeah, one of the other things that I picked up, Trench Blade. It's an upgrade that lets you dig up dirt piles in a single swing, which is occasionally useful. I can actually use it to grab this dirt pile. It's pretty nice. This trick is kind of scary. Just, casually jumping off the tops of falling anchors, no problem. And then this is just me swagging because I'm an idiot. I mean, I could die if I screw it up, but I don't screw it up. I don't ever screw up.
The all-infallible Mumu Akai, everyone.
Of course.
Or all but infallible, there we go. Or I've gotten confused myself. Let's move on.
You would anchor this. Treasure Knight's a little random. His anchors hit really hard. So it's a fight where I do want to make sure that I'm nice and healthy going into it. So we're almost kind of like halfway done. Good.
We are in fact almost there.
Now this dream sequence is going to be a little bit special if I can manage it. It's a little tricky, but it would be really cool if I can nail the trick. Basically, the way I died to catch Shield Knight the first time was pretty slow. Don't you think I could possibly catch her faster? Yeah! Okay, now I need to make sure that I don't screw this up, or otherwise the run's invalid. There we go.
So you catch her from above. All right. Okay.
Now, that forced movement afterwards would fight me, like, it automatically pushes me to the right. If I don't use the phase locket, I would actually keep skidding. I wouldn't be able to get the meal ticket that's in that treasure chest. And you can't redo the dream sequences. So if you don't get it, you have to beat the game again.
Oh, God.
I've lost a run like that. That's happened before. It was not fun. Alright, let's get a better Black Knight, right? Very nice! So this fight's a little bit different because I have the, I have the charge slash.
Did you just swag on him?
Yes, I sure did. I do that quite often as well.
Like,
you throw the money at the bosses when you have the extra sub-weapon ammo. You know, it's like, here, for your troubles. Shoutouts to Smoggy, who got me into doing that. It's the most important part of boss kills.
Like, I enjoy the fact that you just did not acknowledge it. I'm like, hold on. Rewind.
Now we're in the dying machine. I mean flying machine. I definitely did not mean to say dying machine on purpose there or anything. This stage has the hover minis, these enemies, which they wind you. That's bad. They can easily wind you into spikes, and don't afraid of anything. I need to make sure that I kill this one. Thank you. And then there's a room full of 3 of them later on. They're also very random. So random, in fact, that when Kille was doing the task for this game, he had trouble manipulating them. One, two, three. Ah, not high enough, but that was still a good kill. Oh, I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna grab this checkpoint. You never actually have to get that checkpoint because it's out of the way, but I'm gonna grab it. I'm also not gonna get the money out of it. Darn. This stage has no auto-scroller. It would be extremely terrible if I died in this stage. Nice. Thank you. Man, I sure did go out of my way to not get that magic. I wonder why. So now I have the glow. There we go. Example of how bad fishing can be. Now I have the propeller dagger. This thing is amazing. It's basically an air dash, and because of how much it consumes just 4 magic, which isn't a whole lot, but now my magic is extremely important as a means of going fast. And the Conjurer's Coat not only grants me the additional magic. Okay. It guarantees a magic drop off of enemies, so it's very useful for facilitating the whole spam dagger, save the world. I don't like my health, because this room is awful. Okay! Slight manipulation is possible, but you can't blunder at all, or those things will just eat you alive. Also, they respawn the literal frame they're dead and not on the screen. So if you happen to struggle and one of them follows you all the way to the left, and you go back, he's waiting for you. Are you entertained?
I am very entertained.
There's more important shenanigans like that later as well. The last truly scary thing for this stage is there's some wind tunnel rooms coming up. And it is possible to go faster in them. You know, if if you don't value living, I suppose. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go fight Propeller. This is a very difficult kill. Yeah! Sometimes I'm actually good at this game.
I mean, like the very beginning, like of the run, it was just like, you know, a few screams here and there. Now you seem to be pretty together. Like I think
Phantom Striker might have something to say about that. So this boss rewards you an extra 2,000 gold if you don't take more than half your health and damage. That's really punishing to screw up. Okay. It's also a hilarious quick kill. I just love that you just literally spam dagger into him. If that goes wrong and I have to reset the fight, that's another instant, like, minute and a half of time loss. I'm try and do this little coin. Okay. Oh, darn. So, whoa, I need that. The way the coin is designed is that you won't be able to catch up to it normally, but because of the conveyor belt, I can actually, like, get a little bit of speed and get ahead of it. So that's a very small time save. There are a couple of others that are like that, where it's just, like, just barely possible to do something ridiculous with the coin. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Oh, God! Okay. Because of the way, like, the fast strat of going through a room is pretty locked in, if something goes wrong, and the rest of the room is just thrown off, you should be prepared for something bad to happen. Okay. Oops. Too early. So this is the mobile gear. This is a pretty cool weapon. It does actually deal damage, but its primary use is for getting across large gaps like this.
Ooh.
This room is completely random, so I might scream as well. It's a miracle. The sign daggers did not bully me.
Holy
They have
buckets.
random spawn locations, so you could just bonk into one and die for no reason. Also, I have to be extremely aware of my relic placement. We have something in the community called swag gear, where you accidentally throw a gear instead of using the dagger, and you just drop into a pit. It's quite the swag. Lots of runners love including it in their run. I'm fine. Oh God! Please don't kill me. Okay.
Did not die.
Did not die. Go away. I told you I'm full of the good stuff. It's, important features.
Most of my commentary is just going to be laughing at your shenanigans at this point.
You gave me a wonderful opportunity to be here, so I'm going to make it worthwhile for everyone.
I am very glad. Like, I've been sitting on your submission for quite a while, like most of my guests at this point. I'm just like, let's reach out to Moo Moo. Shovel Knight would be a great candidate for the Season 3 premiere.
I don't normally grab that health, but I want to be safe. This fight's really hard.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you ever get more health at any point in the run?
Oh wow, I managed to get the kill. Okay. Oh my god, there's more! So, specifically because if something goes wrong on phase 2, it'd be really, really terrible. But no! I don't usually get safety food. I just kind of go for it. Oh, this kill's magical. Yeah! Okay. Shout outs to the players who actually go for the more ridiculous strats like Applesauce and Snoggy. There is a coin shenanigan for that fight as well. Please, you should absolutely go check out their runs as well. Make sure I get all this money. Okay, so this is Stranded Ship. This is a very magic heavy stage. If I can get a big magic drop, I will actually pop off because it's an additional like 5 or 6 daggers. It's pretty great. And while the small pots will always drop, big magic is 30, and those are random. Please make sure you dagger. You might have noticed that there's also a lot more spikes and pits, or spike pits, in World 3. A little close. Oh, good, a safety checkpoint. I'm kidding, I have to break it. The red ones have 750. They're all going to be a lot more worthwhile at this point. They're like, oh, you're late in the run, you know, it'd be cool if we tempted you with more money. I'm like, yeah, that is, you know, kind of cool, I guess. Ugh, eat that room. Magic's a little low. Do you have enough? I might actually... I think I'll be fine. I need to make sure I have enough magic for a couple of tricks coming up. Here. The side rooms for the music sheets in this stage are both right at the very end. Or, well, one of them is a side room. The other one's just in an obnoxious place. You see that I swapped over to my phase locket just to be safe. That's great. I need this guy. I need this guy to be higher. And no, we're not going higher. I'm gonna die. I need this music sheet. God. So, I knew there was a magic pot in the block, but apparently it does not collect immediately. I was trying to use it. So if you heard the little nose sound effect, that was me trying to save my life. Good to know. Also, that Drake doesn't usually go so low that I can't pogo off of him the first time, so that was also a fun surprise. Thankfully, please don't die now. I don't need to get the music sheet, but I do need to make sure I get that money back. And that's the only part that I'm really worried about at this point. Up until I get there, though, I do kind of just get to go through the stage slightly any percent style. A little bit more magic. Okay, we're fine. And thankfully there is food over here. I will take the food this time because I'm pretty low on health. But food isn't why I usually die. If you've maybe noticed, it's not usually health-related reasons that get me killed. Okay. I have to get back to the area, assess where exactly the money is. Cool! I didn't even have to stop doing the any percent strat. Nice. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, forward. Doesn't usually jump up like that a bunch of times. It's, I just saw someone mention the health upgrades. So, there are a bunch of health upgrades that I've been picking up. It would be really slow to go back to town just to get a bunch of health upgrades that I'm realistically not going to use. That's one of my favorite selling points of 100% is like, oh, so you have to get all the health upgrades. Don't get too excited. It's running. Very nice. Okay. Dream sequence drop. Way more money. Dream 3 anyway. So I definitely needed to make sure I did that. And that fun fact about how much money I drop on death, well, I definitely don't want to drop my money now. I have 28,000. That's a lot of money I would have to somehow make up. In fact, I probably wouldn't be able to make up that amount of money if I lose it permanently. So this is Frigid Flight. This is another one of the stages that the players can do, but it's an optional side stage that's supposed to teach you how to use... Ooh, that was scary. It's supposed to teach you how to use the flying dagger in slightly more creative ways. This jump, though, is really gross! No problem. Oh, yeah. I tend to blank out, like, all the terrifying things that I will eventually be doing. This stage has a very terrifying thing, and I'm just now remembering it. There's a crusher that's hiding a music sheet. as most crushers are wont to do, they tend to be slow if you wait on them. That guy is not supposed to be in the way like that. All right, let's see if I can get this music sheet. No! Oh man, I did the hard part. Actually getting through that without getting crushed is the hard part. Now I get to go for it again. But hey, at the very least, everyone got to see it. Whoa, calm down there, buddy. If I happen to screw up my movement and I don't get to go for it a second time, that's fine, I guess. But screwing up my movement is also pretty scary. Okay. Okay. Cool. Go away. Cool. Slightly conserve my magic because I need to use the Warhorn here. Okay. Ow. It's fine. Ow. Still fine. Cool. All right, just don't die to Black Knight. No problem. Oh boy. So the stun lock for Black Knight is basically a 1-frame window for this fight. Yeah. Correct. Okay. That's a huge relief for me. This is one of the more terrifying stages, especially because now I am breaking every checkpoint. They all have basically 1,000 gold in them at this point. Ooh, that was a gold split. At the end of this stage, I will be doing boss rush. The PM honk. Yes, it was. This room is really terrifying. Okay. It was more terrifying because I accidentally equipped the wrong weapon. Good. That magic. I need to get the music sheet at the end of this room. God! I'm gonna die. I have no way of saving this. I don't have enough magic. There is a way to make that gap, but accidentally using the Warhorn meant no. That thing costs 20 magic to use. You could if you ever find yourself in that situation at home, you could use the gear and the dagger to get across that gap. But I accidentally used the Warhorn, which was bad. There was no real way to save that. That's okay. I love, you know, going through the stage. I just wanted to show off this level one more time. Release. Go. Okay. Okay. Good. I got the music sheet. Bye. I almost saved myself with the horn, yes, but it just used up way too much magic. It did kill the Jawas, which was great, but there would have been no way. What I would have had to have done at that very moment was phase lock it to not die of the fire, and then I would have had 3 magic, and I would have been stuck there. This auto-scroller is going to be kind of fun because I do want to be greedy. I can kill enemies in the auto-scroller that are worth a fair bit of money, but I have to not die. That would also be really, really bad. Okay. Good, 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 good. Good. Wow, I did it. Okay, cool. Okay. So I'm actually going to leave this checkpoint up. That is a safety checkpoint for this run, because boss rush could go wrong and would take an eternity. So for boss rush, I actually have all these weapons now, which is going to be great for dealing damage to them, but I am very limited by the amount of magic I have. Where are you going? Let's see. On right, that's fine. Oh, good. Warhorn. So what I wanted to do there was gear, because if Tinker comes up, you could just have the gear out and he'll die immediately. Now, because I don't know if I have enough magic for this kill, I'm going to be safe and just pogo this whole time. And I fell down. So this is a point where using the anchor would be kind of nice, but only if I fell down the second time. Because I still have to do a bunch of damage here. So that was fine. Now I'm absolutely guaranteed to get Polar and some more magic. This is scary. Okay, we're fine. Good. So Propeller is kind of a free fight. This does give me a chance to get my health back. Doing those charge slashes between those lunges is really hard. Ooh, King Knight. So for this fight, I also am going to use charge slash. Nice. Want to be slightly left, just in case it's treasure. Okay. If it's Plague Knight, I'll be kind of terrified. Of course it would be! Why wouldn't it be Plague? fine. Over here. Hi. Okay. Plague Knight's not fun to fight on low health because you have to use the food to heal immediately. Okay, cool. And I have just enough magic to leave with 4 daggers. So that was a fine boss rush. A little sloppy, but not dying, which is the important part.
Also, I've been muted for like the last 15 minutes and not realizing that.
I was kind of wondering. I didn't want to say anything without doing a tech check real quick, so I was waiting until I finished the stage to go and look for you.
It is very, very normal for me to accidentally mute myself and forget that I muted myself.
Welcome back. I was streaming a bunch while you were gone.
I wasn't even gone that long. I muted myself to ask a question of my partner and then proceeded to apparently never unmute. So I was gone for like 30 seconds and I've been here for 15 talking in the air.
Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're back because I was like, oh, is she okay? I was worried about you. So this is the Hall of Champions. This is we're finally doing like exclusive 100% content. In this stage, I actually don't get to use any of my weapons to kill any of these ghosts. They're the same ghosts from the Lich Yard. I can defeat them with this Orb of Light, which I can only really interact with my shovel. It's slightly problematic. There's a bunch of money in this stage too, so I do need to make sure that I'm getting all the money from these ghosts. Catch this cycle. Nice. The boss for this stage is also really cool. But if I screw up the setup, then I'm going to scream a lot. Specifically because the boss for this stage has to be defeated with these orbs of light. And if I don't align the 2 orbs together, then it's going to be a much harder fight for me. Problem. Fine. Man, this is a big problem. Just having a bunch of damage. Okay. Oh, get wrecked! That was actually not a bad backup kill. I didn't take any damage. Woo! Doing a little bit more cleanup now before I go to the last stage. So this is Knuckler's Quarry. This is where you're supposed to learn how to use the Dust Knuckles. Hilariously, I might not be doing that. Because I have the propeller dagger. Which means I have to do this really terrifying trick to save time. Okay, we're fine. Cool. And now we fight Mr. Hat.
Mr. Hat?
Yes, the one and only. So Mr. Hat probably gave a lot of people trouble casually as well, as did Phantom Striker. And as did Phantom Striker, we're going to execute him with the dagger.
Oh my goodness.
I just enjoy. Just like I'm just gonna just ram into you repeatedly. You're going to die. That's how this works.
It's tied with the Reese fight being one of my favorites. Whoa. Okay, so I'm buying the rest of my armors. Almost tried to rebuy the classic armor. You can do that. It's really funny to lose 5 seconds like that. So after I buy all the armors, I'm actually going to re-equip the Conjurer's Coat, and it refills my magic. All the armors are useful, just not for a speedrun. Okay, not too bad. Got one more side stage to do. This is the Forest of Phasing. I might scream. This is the stage that's supposed to teach you how to use the Phase Locket, which I also don't want to use because it's slow. Ow. My money is looking mostly pretty good. If I'm short money right now, then I will have to fix that with one of the optional auto scroller stages. Oh god. Let's see how lucky I am. Okay, that was perfectly timed. That could hilariously be unperfectly timed. If you get a really fast fishing cast on that particular cast, if the Trapple King isn't up, you don't actually get the music sheet. I think I might just barely have the amount of money I need. I did try and get extra money just to be safe. We're about to find out. I need 8,000 for the last magic purchase. Cool. Okay. My safetiness paid off. I did my job as a runner. Finally. Finally, power. Okay, so that is basically 100%. Now I just have to beat the game.
Yo, let's go. Final stretch, right?
Yep.
Oh, that stained glass is actually really pretty pixel art, not gonna lie.
It's really good. So I took some intentional damage just now. One of the upgrades that I got is called the Ground Spark. It's basically Link's Master Sword trick. It screws up the kill, so I can't have that. But if I take damage, you don't get to shoot the Ground Spark anymore. And I did practice this area right before this run. Hopefully no screaming. I mean, not that you don't enjoy the screaming, but, you know, it's not good for my health. One, two. Okay. Nice. So here's Enchantress. It'd be nice if I could kill her before she goes below the screen. Yeah! Good kill. And now for one of the most ridiculous tricks in this game. It's, one more dream catch, using the power of the coin.
Wait, the coin that you've been swagging on bosses with.
Ah, I did it a little bit too early. So what you can do is you can juggle the coin and then pogo off of it to catch Shield Knight at the very top of the screen. And it is really hard to do. And it saves like 20 seconds. So for people doing any percent runs, Most of the time save with the coin is on the last 2 splits. Fantastic. Yeah! Okay, not too bad. 114.58. That was time, by the way.
Yo, GG. Everyone get your GGs out for Moo Moo on the Shovel Knight 100%. You were underestimate, I promise you.
That feels really good because, like I said, my PB is a 109 that I just got last night. It was a 111 before that for the longest time. This is a really hard run and it's very easy to die a lot. So a 114 is super cool with me. Hey, I have coffee.
Hey, more coffee. No, seriously, good job on that.
Thank you. I love this game. And even though Shovel Knight's my weakest character right now, that's only because Plague and Spectre came out and I just fell in love with them more. Shovel is still an amazing character. If you haven't played this game, please go play it. It's super awesome and fun.
And then, speaking of Shovel Knight, we have more of it coming up, don't we?
Yes. So coming up, we have Plague Knight, and I'm offering 5 colors for potential choice here, just like we did with Shovel Knight. So go ahead and Votorino. Let's see, which colors did I put up?
That's a good question.
You've got blue, orange, grayscale, pink lemonade, and cotton candy.
Yeah, so like definitely take the time to vote for your favorite. We are going to take a quick break, and I just want to remind you before we take a break that GDQ Sum of Best Segments is now launched on YouTube. It is our highlight channel with regular videos, a lot like our main channel, but with small highlight reels for all of our main events and hotfix. So if you missed anything or if you have to go to bed, because I know my show is late, and you just want to catch the highlights, take a look at that. We get those highlights up and running very, very quickly, much like how we do the shows after the fact. So take a look at our full channel if you want to see the full runs, or take a look at some of best segments. It'll be a good time, I promise. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we're going to move on to, we're doing Plague Knight next. There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to episode 21 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I'm your host tonight as we bring you speedruns of categories that have never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event. And as always, if you happen to run a game that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, and you'd like to submit it to the show, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you. Now, that said, we are sitting here with Moo Moo doing Shovel Knight, Treasure Trove, 3 Night 100%. We're moving on to Plague Knight, which we did have a poll up just a moment ago that has won Cotton Candy as our color of choice for Plague Knight, which Moo Moo is going to put in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We're locked in. I got it. Just gonna double check that it is the right color. I have a lot of them memorized. Not all of them, but I've pretty sure it's AGDQ for Cotton Candy. And it is!
Perfect.
Okay. So, just showing off, because I kind of just like, we beat the game, we just assumed that I got all the things. There's the title screen, there's the file select. You can see all the weapons, all the upgrades, all the armors, all the health, all the music sheets. And I did double check the credits. There was a 100% on the end of the credit tally. So now I'm ready for Plague Knight.
All right, and you said you'd feel a little more confident here with Plague Knight. This is actually the category you submitted to me like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, or months ago even. Mm-hmm.
This character is... So when I first joined Shovel Knight in general, it was for their any percent tournament. I kind of just went into the any percent tournament with low percent strats because of my friend Muncha. He loved low percent, and so I just followed that with him. Then I did the any percent tournament, and then the logical step after doing any percent Shovel Knight was 100% Plague Knight. That was the literal next category I picked up. Couldn't have been further on the opposite end of the spectrum. This character is so much fun, and 100% just lets you do more of that. So I'm excited to be able to show this guy off as well. I'll be counting down on go. We ready?
All right. I'm ready whenever you're. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm ready whenever my tongue decides to speak English.
Words are hard. That's why I try to stay hydrated.
That is a
All right.
good point.
On go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, I am going to be doing the other 2 nights to finish up. It's a triple night 100%. Plague Nights 100% is the longest of the 3 by record. My time is better for Plague Night. Actually, maybe because of my shovel PB, it's not. But anyway, that was so recent, I just kind of blocked it out of my mind. This is Plague Night. Plague Knight gets the same levels as Shovel Knight for the most part, but you can see I'm just kind of zooming already. That's because Plague Knight has this burst that lets you move really, really fast, and it has a double jump that carries the momentum of the burst. There are lots of things that I have to collect. You can see these green coins that are scattered all over the levels, and there are 420 of them. I have to make sure I get all of them, not just because of collectible sake, but they also unlock bomb upgrade layouts for Plague Knight. Basically, I can change how my bomb explodes, the way I throw it, and what type of explosion it gives off. So there are lots of things for Plague Knight to buy. Plague Knight has probably the most expensive shopping list out of all the characters. On top of having upgrades for armors and oops. I'm trying to think. Coins, armors. Sub-weapons are kind of weird. I'll get to those in the stage once we finally get to them. So for the most part, a lot of the rooms are going to be very similar. They've been slightly altered for Plague Knight because Plague Knight can't pogo. And they want to emphasize Plague Knight's abilities, so they sometimes remove things that would make it easier to get across the room. Because they want you to learn how to burst and burst jump. But most people don't actually do this movement, which is burst jump burst. If you press the attack button immediately after you burst, you actually don't throw a bomb. So you get to just kind of double stock your burst back to back. Now, combat with Plague Knight is very tricky because instead of having the trusty shovel, I actually have these bombs that I have to aim with, and then they blow up at a slightly disjointed time. So while it is possible to do the same stun lock that I got on Black Knight as Shovel Knight, doing it as Plague Knight is much, much trickier. I actually have to use a visual cue where I line myself up, depending on whether he goes left or right. He went left. 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. Of course. One more hit. There we go. Okay, so that is the stun lock. It's really hard to nail because unlike with Shovel Knight, where it's just you swing the shovel when you press the button, you kind of have to predictively throw your bomb to keep that rhythm. It's like an invisible rhythm you can't actually use your eyes for. Yes, a very good Plague Knight color scheme. I really do like this one. So, Plague Knight is a villain, not welcome in the village. That means that we have to go to our secret lair. Our underground entrance is back here. Fortunate for this guy. I didn't see Shovel Knight. There he is. Who else is in the village? Ooh, Dear Lady, let's go! That is one of my favorite villagers. It's so rare to actually get a villager at all in these so super short visits to the Potionarium and the village of Shovel Knight. So for Plague Knight, now that I'm in a stage where I actually do have to get a sub-weapon, it's kind of funny. Shovel Knight had all these relics that he got, and he picked them up from Chester. Plague Knight is actually going to get all of Shovel Knight's relics, but they're all useless to Plague Knight. So we're going to trade them to Chester for some spells. They are called Arcana, and they're going to make use of that power meter that I have at the top. Instead of having magic that just gets consumed like sub-weapon ammo, power refills over time, so it can burn out if I use too much of it too quickly, but it'll refill up on its own. And then these are the side rooms. for Plague Knight, where they are unreachable by Shovel Knight, so they are specifically designed around Plague Knight's abilities. Which means that they are all very terrifying, and this is honestly, these rooms are the hardest rooms for this category. See someone asking me how I am? I'm doing great. I'm enjoying myself. This is a character where I feel like I'm in my element.
You look like you're in your element.
This character handles beautifully. It feels so good to fly around like this. Like, a lot of people really struggled with Plague Knight movement. And unfortunately, because of that, Plague Knight has... Oh, wait. This is Shovel Guy. Yeah! Line that up. Plague Knight's very slippery. So stopping directly on top of the silhouette is really hard. Big boom. This is a sub-weapon that's just like a gigantic explosion. Oh, come on. I'm so close. So it's not particularly different from the bombs that I can already throw, but it does have a nice attack radius. It does deal more damage, so it does have a lot of applications all over the place. But yeah, because Plague Knight, very slippery, gets knocked back way further, very hard to control like this. Most people actually did not really like Plague Knight's campaign. One of the least popular characters casually. But if you learn how to do this stuff, I promise you, you'll have a good time. This character is so much fun.
The movement looks really fluid once you actually master it.
Gotta hit this room. Okay. Yeah, that room was terrifying for Shovel and even more so for Plague. The fighting as Plague Knight, like I said before, a little bit trickier and kind of awkward, but you can still fight just about as good as Shovel Knight if you know what you're doing. Nudge King Knight out of this corner. Nice. 3. Nice. Close enough. The way most of that works is because Plague Knight can jump cancel bomb throwing, you can lob basically 6 bombs at an enemy in a row, which is really good DPS. Or damage per second, if that's not a term you're familiar with. So between every stage, you have to go to the Potionarium. It's a chance for you to get some upgrades and stuff. I'm not going to be doing that for a while, because you need a lot of coins to unlock anything really worthwhile. No, the bosses are not a joke in this game. They're all actually really difficult. They're just... If you know what you're doing, you even still struggle after that. Gold armor wasn't too bad. So, Plague Knight, thankfully, doesn't need to break every checkpoint like Shovel did. Which means I'm going to have way less anxiety for this character as well. But I'm coming up on another one of those side rooms. And this room is very reminiscent of a Mario Maker room, where they just dump like every enemy you possibly can in one room. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And they're really counting on you to be able to fly over these bottomless pits. Health is not looking super good, but there is a dinner plate over here. There's going to be a lot of awkward grunts from me trying to wiggle my way around as this character.
I'm sorry, did you just go into a, like, washing machine and...
Yes! I'm so glad you called it that! That is
what else
proof.
do you call it?
No, that's what we call it! Because everyone is like, what is that, a washing machine? Everyone has said that.
It looks like a rocket-powered washing machine or something.
If it's a cauldron, which is like maybe my assumption, that's wrong, because everyone has called it a washing machine, so I love it.
It puts you in a spin cycle and spits you out, like... like, what are you talking about, cauldron? Get that out of here.
Plague Knight is very hygienic.
very clean.
Oh, I hope you love this one. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's another fun one to include in the run every time. Frogs, please! Good! Okay, I'm fine. I don't think I have my double jump. Yeah, I don't. Okay. So, I don't get my double jump unless if I land. So I need to constantly be aware of that, because there's no visual cue for like, oh, you have a double jump now. So I might panic if I need my double jump and I don't have it. But that's part of playing this character correctly. So you just gotta really memorize that. Yeah! Not getting hit there. Can I get the sweet slide? Yeah! I hope bad things don't happen. Okay. Okay. Okay! Ah! I'm fine, I'm fine. This boss fight's a little awkward because you actually have to burst into the boss room, and that normally is a very inhibited action, but you can do it in just such a way to get to the top platform. That's kind of not good. Oh, this is really not good. This is really bad. I missed out on so much damage, but that was actually not a god-awful fight. I really had to make that up. I screwed up so early, I was like, what do I do?
I think you adapted pretty well. All things considered.
A bad fight loses 5 seconds. I only lost 7 seconds on that.
Oh, wow.
Like, basically, you have to, there's a coin flip, whether Spectre or not. Spectre teleports left or right, as, like, same for Shovel. And the fact that I only lost 2 seconds over the potential 5 seconds, okay. So, that's World 1. One of the nice things about Plague Knight is they were really kind in general with Plague Knight. They just give you the health upgrades. You don't actually have to, like, buy them or anything. They kind of knew that you were going to be taking a lot of incidental damage as this character. So I'm in the Explodatorium. Plague Knight is not the boss of his own stage. Would be hilariously awful if it was, because Plague Knight himself is just really random and hard to fight. But no, instead I get to fight Shovel Knight later on. I wish I could just, you know, be the boss and turn off all the hazards in this level, because this level is nightmarish. One of the funnier things about this stage is that, whoa. The weapon that Shovel Knight gets is the alchemy coin, right? Oh, that's really gonna mess with me later. And whenever Plague Knight picks up a sub-weapon, he looks at it and he calls it a worthless hunk of junk. He made the alchemy coin. So that's just an extra hilarious bit of flavor text for me there. Oh god, this room is so awful. Ah. There we go. Okay, what is going to happen in this room? I screwed up the movement. Where is this guy? Oh, that was really weird. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Spike pot lids deal a heart and a half. I don't want to get hit by those. So, Plague Knight trades that in for the Staff of Surging. This is a Shoryuken. This is actually really, really good. It's basically another jump for me in the air. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. Didn't heal. That's this is fine as long as I don't take more damage. I do need to take one more hit. How am I not taking? Okay, this is a strangely clean stage. I usually take more damage than this. Nice. Okay. The reason why I do need to take damage is because there's a manipulation for the Shovel Knight fight. Shovel Knight is treated like a player character. We're fine. So Shovel Knight's actually going to act really, really randomly, which is really awkward and hard to deal with, but Shovel Knight does get knocked back. So I'm going to sit in this corner and bully him, but he does have a way out unless if you have very low health. Pray. You got your apple juice, now please sit still. Oh my god, he did the thing anyway. Okay, so he threw an anchor. That was the one thing I was afraid of, and that's why I was mashing for my life.
Oh my god. But he had his apple juice.
I didn't want him to have his apple juice either. That cost 5 seconds, but he got it, and then he was still grumpy.
It's okay. You can put him down for a nap. Maybe.
He's gonna nap. Don't worry. Oh, I get to do shopping now. Okay. So I finally have enough coins to unlock something useful. Not with 40, but with 120. So it's 40, oh, sorry, 100. So it's 40, then 60, and I can get the cluster powder. This is a really good bomb explosion type, but I'm not going to use it right away. Because first, I have to bully a kid for some lunch money.
What? Who are you bullying and why?
It's Reese, again.
Oh, okay.
I love that the bomb throw timing for this is in rhythm with the song.
You are literally playing ping pong with yourself.
So you saw the bomb blow up for a little bit there. My new bomb type no longer deals just one hit. It deals 3 hits, but I can only throw 1 bomb now. But that does free my hands up to do other things. So it's a good tool for the run in general. Now I can throw a cluster bomb and then attack with other weapons. Oh, and we're back in Lost City. You know, that stage that I had a couple of heart attacks in? Yeah, it's still a heart
Ready for a
attack
couple
play.
more?
Sure are. Okay, we're fine. I did not mean to blow up that terrain below me. Should have gotten that checkpoint. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna die. It's gonna be fine. This is gonna be totally fine. Yeah! Okay, I love that strat. The only thing that I really have to worry about is this next room, where if I... you'll see. Okay. Gotta intensely wiggle to not get hit by those things. I'm gonna get this checkpoint, just to be safe.
It's not a cauldron. No way. Looks almost like a potbelly stove, maybe, but like cauldron, no.
You'll get to see one of those every time we do a side room.
Excellent. I can try to figure out what the heck it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't like pattern of those moving platforms. Oh yeah, more uncomfortable rooms. So I don't have to go around the long way to get this coin if I do that. Doesn't get me killed 9 times out of 10. If I'm slightly silent, it's because I'm slightly terrified of every room as this character. I love this character, and I'm way more comfortable with this character, but every room can kill me.
Like, I'm a little quiet just so you can focus because, like you said, every room can kill you.
Very much so.
Like, I am the peanut gallery tonight. I am here to laugh, have a good time, and be like, yo, that was really cool. You should do that more. That's good stuff. It's that good stuff right there.
Okay, arrived. Whew, okay, so Mole Knight with bombs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. Cool. Mole Knight's not an ideal fight for the cluster bomb because he moves around really quickly. So he actually just goes straight through the hitbox. But the rest of the fights are actually pretty good, and having Big Boom really supplements a lot of the fights. So I have had a very limited amount of power right now, just 2 notches. But I'm about to do my magic upgrades. 5 bars is quite nice. Oh, I don't get 5 bars. I meant 4 bars. Remember to feed Oolong.
From one speedrunner to another, I just want to say counting is hard.
It's so hard.
Like, why do you think we have, like, you know, things like live split and, you know, a counter for live split and stuff like that? Like, we can't count. Are you kidding me?
If I was doing this at a live event, right, like I wouldn't actually have live split and I would have to remember everything, and that would make it much harder.
That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. If it were me, it'd be a disaster.
I definitely appreciate that we're cool here with me using live split.
Oh, anytime, honestly. Like, if it were a live event and I couldn't have live split, you bet I'm having a counter on my lap in the form of my phone or something.
I would have both of my arms tattooed in strats.
The real life speed guides live, which is an excellent component, by the way.
And here I am in the checks notes by scratching arm. Iron Whale. Okay, so the thing about the Iron Whale is just like it was for Shovel Knight, where I fall down slower and I jump higher. Your burst height, though, is maintained. That's not changing, which is a really nice thing to go by. You can use it for a lot of consistency. You fall down really slow, so you really don't ever want to be, like... Am I in the right spot? Of course not. That's fine if everything else goes okay. You're just destroying everything, mass havoc. Cool. All right, I picked up the bait bomb. As you might imagine, Plague Knight enjoys some fishing in the way God intended with explosives. Whoa! Don't do that. Oh, that was weird. Okay. Cool, smoke bomb. I also picked up the smoke bomb. It's a kind of useful weapon. It's really slow, but there are occasions where I can use it and it won't cost me any time. And it might even save time, but for the most part, I might just use it for safety. It makes me invincible for a very short amount of time.
For those of you who are asking what Moomoo's channel is, I can provide that. Follow Moomoo if you haven't. Very entertaining runner. Couldn't be happier to have him here.
Please. Ah! Okay, we're fine. Thank you. Good timing on that part. I'm gonna heal because I don't want to die, and then I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something a little silly looking. Oh, cool! I found the room.
Wait, what?
So, in this game, you can trigger room transitions without actually being in them. Ow. It's fine. But you're normally not supposed to be able to. But sometimes they forget to put them, I call them blockers. They sometimes forget to put them blocking off the next room. So there are a couple spots where it's actually possible to do something like that. And the benefit to doing that is that none of the entities are loaded in that room. Ow. Here's a good damage boost. Nice. So in some cases, it's a little bit faster, also because it cuts out on some room transitions, so that little bit of time between each screen gets minimized. Doing some slightly very specific use of the smoke bomb in a second. This is a really cool room just because it highlights how cool the smoke bomb is. Just having it stick around long enough, and then the invincibility lasts long enough for me to get out of here. Nice.
Spoiler, that might have been the word I was looking for.
My ride.
Oh.
So sad. Yeah. So Treasure Knight's a little bit of a joke because you can just stay up in the air for the most of this fight. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, don't you dare.
Oh.
This is what I get for talking bad about him.
He heard you were talking smack.
If he knocks you into that chest, he mugs you.
Oh no.
I need all of my money. It's going to be very, very close again. Alright. So, that's 2 worlds down. And we get another cutscene and I get another health upgrade. And now I'm going to be loading in Metroid. You're okay with me doing Super Metroid now, aren't you?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. What's your favorite ability from that game?
You're gonna look at me sideways. I've never played it.
Well, that's okay. I'm going to show you what it's like. Because I heard that you can spin around and do lots of damage to enemies. So I'm maybe going to slightly look like Samus.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's vaguely, like, the screw attack is vaguely what I'm familiar with. I played Baby's first Metroid very recently. I played Zero Mission and enjoyed the screw attack quite a bit.
I also have not played Super Metroid, so don't feel bad.
Hey! We could be friends who have not played Super Metroid together.
No judgment here. So now I have Spin Burst. This thing is awesome. It turns me into a flying hitbox. And because of the way damage works in this game, if you are hitting something, it actually loses its contact damage for about half a second, which is just enough to usually get out of it as well, or continually deal damage to enemies. So because of that little fact, Spin Burst is just absolutely incredible. Comboed with Cluster Bomb and an upcoming weapon, Plague Knight's a machine. And again, it saddens me that a lot of players who play Plague Knight casually don't get to see how fun it is to handle this guy.
Like, the movement looks so fun right now.
Gets better. So in this stage, I'm going to be picking up one of the last really useful weapons for Plague Knight, which is the Staff of Striking. It is a melee attack for Plague Knight. And while that is not inherently super useful, it does keep him aloft, which is actually very helpful on some fights. Oh god, I have to do one of the worst rooms in the game. Okay, Flying Machine, as we demonstrated last time. Nightmare. So let's combine Wind with spikes and more Jawas. Fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Okay. Ah, that room sucks. These Shovel Knight relics, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure they add to your percentage, but if I don't pick them up, I have to buy all of Plague Knight's weapons manually, and they all have a ridiculously absorbent cost to them. If I didn't trade in the Flying Dagger for the Staff of Striking that I'm about to pick up, it's a 9,000 gold purchase! I'm fine. Wind blowing you directly down into spikes is a good reason for me to have anxiety.
No, I agree. I'm just still laughing at the aggressive purchase.
Shoutouts to Morshu. Bombs, you want them? You got them, my friend. The Plague Knight world record holder, Red Pan Pan, is an acolyte of Morshu, as he would probably say.
Oh my goodness.
So now I have the staff. I'm gonna get to show off what it looks like. Some of my other friends also call it the Staff of Slapping. Pretty good.
Slapping. What?
Whoa! Calm down there.
Ooh. Ooh. We are not playing ping pong with Plague Knight, please.
Okay, I made it.
Dying Machine trying really hard to live up to its name.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to try too hard to come up with like 5 other synonyms that everyone has also used for this stage. Shoutouts to the best dance. It almost makes it look like Plague Knight has blue hair.
That's actually, it looks like they're like doing a dramatic pose.
That too.
Just make all the knights into the Ginyu Force, it'll be fine.
Oh god, that would be amazing!
I need Ginyu Force Shovel Knight fan art right now. Someone fund it.
So, Staff of Striking has a neat property. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes! Staff of Surging, I mean. The developers were so adamant about you not gaining infinite height with it that they made it so that it forces you down really hard, and it fights the wind. That's great! We can actually use it to skip the wind tunnel stuff.
Ooh.
Alright. Here's Propeller. Whoa, too much damage. This is not good. Fine. Get out of here. Nobody wants that. I did way too much damage, sent Propeller up before he did the second set of lunges. It's still not a bad fight, though. That fight got nerfed, because when Plague Knight originally released, it was harder to hit him with bombs. Oh, what's up, Sora? Yo, you gotta jump on that Toku Sentai. or is a very much Spectre Knight themed fan artist, but does Shovel Knight art in general.
Ooh.
Very cool stuff. Also, I'm bullying Black Knight, and I love it. That is the other benefit to having Cluster Bomb and Staff of Strike. So, similar to Shovel Knight once more, there's just so many similarities between Plague Knight and Shovel Knight's campaign. I do get to fight Phantom Striker, and I do get penalized if I take more than half my health and damage against this fight. I want to beat Phantom Striker good and healthy so that I can get 2,000 gold. Phantom Striker also calls you out as a cheater if you use tonics to heal through the fight. You can't use those.
Wow.
Very nice. Scoop Loop. That's a pretty good name for the Black Knight Sunlock. I like that. Okay, so that was a pretty good fight there. More terrifying stages. The side room in Clockwork Tower gives me a lot of anxiety. Any guesses? Any thoughts? What do you think that room might look like? If I'm afraid of it, what do you think?
Oh God. When do I change the estimate back to God help me?
You could do that right now. So in this room, I'm going to do a damage boost going into it. And then that'll get me through some of these. I'm in a bad spot. Okay. The easy room out of the way. Now for the harder part of the side room. I wanted that coin. We're fine. I'm gonna heal. Okay.
Are we no longer afraid?
That's what you think? Remember when I said we're getting cool movement tech? I also meant terrifying movement tech. So we're getting the Fleet Flask in this next room. This is kind of probably what Yacht Club intended for people to use to go fast casually. But it does have some speedrunning applications because of the difference in the way it moves you. It is as fast as bursting, but it's great in rooms with low ceilings. Because bursting is not super good if you can't maintain good jump height. Whoa, okay, we're fine. I need that coin! Ah! Okay, we're fine.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Everything's fine. I need this coin. I need this coin. Cool. Okay. Please hit me. Thank you. Out of my way. Thank you. Safety. Finally. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, I'm still fine. Ow. Just don't take more damage. Okay. That damage boost was intentional. I did... Here's the fun thing about Plague Knight. It looks really haphazard, but a lot of it's intentional. I did need to take that damage boost, so I just had to make sure I had enough health for it. Having half a hit afterwards was a little scary, but it was fine. Oh God, I didn't have my jump. Okay. So we're about to fight Tinker Knight. The mobile gear still one-shots Tinker, I would assume, but Plague Knight can't use it. Just traded it in. Hilariously, though, Yacht Club made it so that Plague Knight deals double damage to Tinker. Nice. You can still finish him off pretty quickly, and then phase 2 you don't actually deal double damage, but you do have really good air superiority. Nice, good kill. Also, if you've been wondering, the plot of Shovel Knight's campaign was to go and save Shield Knight and defeat the Enchantress. The plot of this campaign is to make some Pepsi and impress your girlfriend.
What? Make some Pepsi. Like, I can understand
flavors.
impress your girlfriend, but make some Pepsi.
Gotta make that strong Beppis. Beppis Max. I'm gonna be doing a lot more awkward wiggles now that I have the Fleet Flask because it's pretty good in some situations. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. We'll see how much I stream after this. We're doing another side room, hooray! The theme for this one is spikes. Okay. I don't know how you're supposed to do this room casually, because if you don't have the smoke bomb, you have to burst across this god-awful spike setup. Give me this. Good! Okay, we're fine.
Oh, by the way, I have a very important announcement to make. It is 12:01 a.m. here on the East Coast. Happy birthday, Moo Moo.
Yay! Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Ah! Okay, we're fine. Good, good. Ugh, I almost made that. Dang! That couldn't have been at a better time. That's my favorite room. Fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. For a while, I wasn't actually, I wasn't sure because we were starting earlier that we were going to last until my birthday. Never mind, these categories stay forever. I don't need to break this checkpoint. Think about that. Plague Knight, again, needs way less money, which is really, really nice.
I enjoy the fact that your first minute of your birthday was spent just screaming.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
And neither would I. Like, if like I'm under the right impression, neither would I. It's very appropriate.
This trick is kind of good. Okay, so this is follow your nose. Gotta line myself up properly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. A couple of tries there. Using Plague Knight's nose as the visual cue. Okay, we're fine. The other visual cue for that is if you have Plague Knight's fancy armor. I made it, cool. If you have Plague Knight's fancy armor, he has a slightly different walk animation. So the strat is called hand touch.
His current walk animation is actually really kind of like this, like, almost cute, happy skipping.
They used to have like a Richter walk with purpose strut.
Like oh man, the Belmont strut is like a walk.
It's a real good. I kind of want to show it off later. I'll probably try and look up the code if I can find it. If not, it's not a big deal. But like, Plague Knight definitely has the Belmont strut. And besides, we'll get to show off the gold armor later. That's the optimal way to finish this run. I don't care what anyone else says. You could maybe make some use of one of the other armors that Plague Knight gets, but you'd be objectively wrong to not choose the gold armor. Oh, what's up, Foxy? Do you remember the Alucard sheet off the top of your head? Save me a little bit of time. Oh god. Happy birthday, I got to do Shivering Sprint. So, if you had to ask me, out of all the parts of this run, what am I most worried about? It's this. Ah, man! Okay. I missed out on the first cycle, this is fine. It's not like the rest of it gets any easier. No!
Oh!
Yes. Let's see if I don't get crushed twice. Oh god! Okay, we're fine.
Oh!
Okay. One more.
Jesus.
No worries! We're fine! Cool! Wall of spikes. So, when I first started learning 100%, I didn't realize that wall of spikes actually moves.
Oh,
and
no.
I bonked a couple times. I bonked a couple times at the very beginning. And by the time I finally got my Fleet Flask working, it was literally like a pixel behind me, and I was just screaming for the entire run.
I'm just like, just picturing that.
It was right behind me, and I didn't know that happened.
Oh my god. I would probably only be able to just go eat until I got through, if I got through.
Okay. Wow, I look like I actually know what I'm doing for once. See if I can get this one. Ah, darn. Getting through that is really hard. Getting to the point where I have to break checkpoints again. You know, in case I missed the classic Hundo experience.
Oh jeez.
Okay! No, I'm not getting crushed. God, okay, I'm fine.
All right. Okay. Everything's fine. Maybe.
I didn't die.
Did not die. Panicked
Didn't
a
die.
lot.
Ow.
Did not die though.
That was uncomfortable. I'm probably missed this. Okay, we're fine. Cool. Ah! Still fine. Ignore the fact that I'm bleeding quite profusely.
Lacerations? What are you talking about? I don't see any.
Okay. Dang, I never make that. I tried. It would be a really swag wiggle if I could make it. Ooh, that was the wrong button. Look at this. You respawned! No.
Oh wow, you that absolute jerk.
Okay. So now I get to fight Black Knight. I can't stun lock him. Not internally. I can do a lot of damage to him though. You actually purposefully let him go. Ooh, nice. Most of the time, he escapes to the air after you let him go.
That was really smooth.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was a gold split for me. Ooh. And now we got to do Power 2 with Boss Rush toward the end. I have to do one slightly terrifying. Please get over here, strat. Okay. Sometimes that smoke bomb doesn't appear until very, very late. And so you're just rushing toward a spike ceiling, praying to God.
Oh god.
And then this room is one of the most awful rooms in the game. For reasons that will be very apparent soon. That coin. I don't care if it's in a really bad spot. I need it. Oh, don't get hit there. Oh, don't get hit there. Good.
I can't believe you're alive.
I can't believe it's not a speedrun. I mean, it is, but... Okay, we're fine. Cool. Did that room better. Out of my way. Bad. Okay. What are you doing? Okay. We made it. You. My health is actually kind of in a good spot. We're doing boss rush, which means I do have to fight Shovel Knight again, which means I do want to lower my health again. I would damage boost at this point, as unintelligent as that seems to be doing. I would be doing that to about 3 or 4 hearts. If you were one of the top Plague Knight runners, they actually damage themselves down to basically just 2 hearts, which is like the most minimum you could possibly have. I do not have that confidence.
I think you're fine as you are, but I also don't blame you. Like that, when you were like, yeah, it's like basically 2 hearts that they'll go down to, and I'm like, excuse me? Why? It's like, because it's faster.
It is totally faster. It's painful, but it's faster. Again, the reason why it's specifically faster is because when Shovel Knight sees that you have less than 2 full hearts of health, he won't use a face lock it. That's a huge time save, which means I don't want to accidentally grab food. That would be hilarious. The running joke is that the Order is concerned about Plague Knight. They want to make sure he's eating well. I don't want the turkeys. So I also have to be very aware of how much power I have, because using Cluster and Staff like that is really cool, but if I burn out, that's a huge problem. But here comes Polar Knight, here comes Polar Knight. He's trying to... Sorry, it's not Christmas, it's almost Halloween.
I was about to keep going. I was like, right down Polar Knight Lane.
Oh, he would definitely mow me down Polar Knight Lane. Ooh, Spectre Knight. This is a really fun fight with the staff. Ha!
trying to give you turkeys. It's not Thanksgiving. We're sitting here singing, like, you know, Christmas carols. It ain't Christmas. Spectre Knight is close enough to Halloween, right? We gotta get it right sometime.
I have often considered doing some sort of spooky marathons during this month with Spectre. Treasure, what are you doing? Oh, that's bad. Okay. This is fine. I do have less than, but I have a lot of tonics right now, so I should be okay. The last one being Tinker Knight is actually kind of funny because you just, if you're in a good spot, that's not bad. Almost perfect. Just kind of slap him down. Okay, this is really good now. Except for my positioning. I guess I'll fight him on the right. That's also okay. Come on, Shovel. Okay, cool. It's much easier to stun lock him with the cluster bomb.
Nice.
Oh yeah, shout outs to David, who's also doing some Spectre Knight stuff this month. Good timing. Spectre Knight, David Knight is a top Spectre Man runner. We're in the home stretch. Ooh, that was a gold split for Boss Rush. That's awesome.
Yo, 2 golds in a row. Or at least that you've acknowledged in a row.
Now we're doing the Hall of Champions. This is a really awesome stage because Plague Knight is, again, not welcome. So you just get to destroy the guards. The guards are some of the worst enemies in the game because they will just repeatedly dodge you for forever. There are some setups to basically instantly kill them, but you'll know when one of them is giving me the business. There we go. Ooh, they got wrecked. Dang. Yeah. I get excited because if you hit them on the way in, I don't know what it is about their health, but they just instantly explode, which is great because they take forever to kill otherwise. This whole stage is just another fun reason why you should do 100%. Yeah! Okay. Oh, make sure I get this coin. Okay. Please. All right. Now, I wonder how many people are screaming in chat that I forgot some of the coins and music sheets. Because you have to do this place twice.
So far, just one person mentioned that you missed a coin, but it sounds like it might be sarcasm.
Yes, that is Troy. Everyone here seems to be astute and trust me, I suppose, and not be forgetting stuff on purpose. Or by accident. So for this version of the stage, I have to break all the portraits. Which is kind of funny to me that Yacht Club was just like, yeah, and these are all our donors, and now you get to destroy them. Ooh, good shots. Some people run aisles of this stage because it has a timer and it's also really fun and challenging. So there is a leaderboard that is specifically for basically whatever category you want. You want a free world record? You just define a category for me and I'll approve it on the extensions board. Just have a clear start and stop. So I will know that I have all the coins if I finish this stage with a number of 4, which is the number that I will finish them for a little bit longer. Actually, this is the last stage where that's the case. 312, not too bad. I've personally gotten into 220s, so my movement. You lose so much time in this character just for not having clean movement. Like, the character is super fun to handle, but like if you want to show mastery, you gotta slip and slide and groove and schmoove. I'm not gonna have a number ending in 4 after this stage because I spent a bunch here. I have to collect the rest in this level. This is the armor outpost, where I get to fight more guards. This is where Shovel Knight did. They're not fun to fight, especially when I don't get to have the jump on them like I do in the Hall of Champions. To make sure I don't constantly trigger their evasion. What I have loosely determined is that their evasion is based on what your bomb is, first off, because they didn't dodge at all when I used the base bomb layout. I was like, did they forget what's going on? I just came into here one day with the default bomb layout. I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe this is almost a strat. But like switching your layout would be really bad just for that one-time save. But other than that, they just kind of react to whenever you throw a bomb at all. Or if you're bursting near them. So it makes them really hard to hit. Okay, now we get to fight Mr. Hat again. Ow. This is not good. You're kidding me! This is less good. Could you not do that? Thank you. I did not know that when Hat is finishing the transformation, you cannot damage him. Oh wait, that's wrong. Don't split there, because you need to do a little bit more shopping. I'm picking up some of the other items that I didn't get in the stages. The Leech Liquid is a way of healing while you deal damage, and Berserker's Brew lets you become super armored, which is useful, but neither of them is actually particularly good for the run at all. Darn. Oh hey, it's Baz! You don't have to fight Baz, which is really funny to me. This is 100%, which means I just have to get 100% of the percentage points on the file. A very DK64 style excuse. People have asked, why don't you fight Baz? Why don't you do the map stuff? It's because they don't add percentage.
Yeah, they don't count to the counter.
What Baz does do is provide you with a music sheet if you haven't fought one of the other Wandering Travelers. So fighting Reese gave us the music sheet that we would have gotten from beating Baz. Baz would give us money, but not worth fighting him for. This stage is really awful, by the way. Ooh, I got that! I can't believe I got that. This is where I've lost multiple minutes at the end of my run, repeatedly. Whoa! Ah! Okay, we're fine. Go away. Okay. And I have more than enough money right now, which is great. 42,069 is the optimal amount of money for no particular reason. Now it's time to go shopping. Yo, it's Bandy! It's one of the artists for this game. One of the pixel artists and does key art as well. A really awesome individual. Shout outs to Bandygrass.
The art for this game is absolutely delightful, so huge shout outs to that. A lot of the level backgrounds are absolutely stunning.
Oh, this backdrop is amazing right here. So yeah, all that money is kind of really important. There are so many pop upgrades that you have to buy.
It's okay, we just like shopping.
It's great. Also, for turning in all of the Cypher coins, I got the Pandemonium Chalice, which I can now go to the Trapple King, just like Shovel Knight, and get a drink. Won't that be delightful? Also, Percy gives you money for the music sheets. Not because Percy plays music, but because Percy needs them to write down formulas in the back of. Poor Bard. The Bard wants those music sheets back, and Percy's just using them as sketch paper. Nice. All right. Long may his stem grow. All hail the Trapple King. This is absolutely one of my favorite parts of the run. Yes, absolute shoutouts to Nick Wozniak, who is the other one of the other artists for this game, who did a lot of pixel art and did really awesome pixel art all over this game. Was probably responsible for fish booty wiggles.
I was like sitting here trying to process what I was looking at.
This is one reason why I wanted this to end up at a GDQ someday, just because of this dance. Because that's how it's done. So, fun fact, Pandemonium Chalice gives you Pandemonium Cloak. If I linger too long on the menu, what its effect is to randomize your entire bomb layout and your color every few seconds. So, you know, if you love chaos, go ahead and equip it. If I leave it on too long, though, I'll have to fix my bomb layout before I leave. But now I'm fabulous. You see, Plague Knight now has a bunch of sparkles. Yo, Baz is not in the way. Thank you, Baz. Bye. Also, we learned how to dance. And yeah, I basically don't have any money left. Oh yeah, I should probably do this. Now I can dance uninterrupted. This is the one use of Berserker's Brew.
Plague Knight is just fabulous. I love it.
Oh god, what the hell? Excuse my language. I did not expect to get hit during that. Anyway, this is Plague Knight being even more incredible. I love the way this looks.
I'm just thinking about like the Fleek Flask just trying to like with the Belmont strut, and it must look absolutely ridiculous. Like I was sitting here for a minute, I was like, man, if that green wasn't there, I can imagine like that run cycle looks ridiculous. And then I was like, well, what if it was the Belmont strut too?
It's really good. Enchantress, a little problematic. bad. That was a good kill. We're almost done. We have 2 more boss fights to go. Call out time correctly this time. Wasn't quite prepared on Shovel. So, Plague Knight actually has to... You know what? I think I forgot something important. I'll be right back.
Is this Shadow Plague Knight?
Oh, okay, yeah. There we go. Oh man, Plague Knight might kill me. I might want to continue holding perfectly still. Is something wrong?
I have never, actually that's a lie, I have seen a boss so aggressively not hit you. Like,
So...
but,
Good kill.
what?
And I was slower, but it was hilarious. I don't mind fighting that Plague Knight, but I thought that would have been way funnier.
That explains the Luigi kill everyone was talking about. Luigi wins by doing nothing.
You know it. Ah, there we go. That's really close to my actual PB. In fact, I kind of threw away a PB by doing the Luigi kill.
Remind me what your PB was?
My actual PB. Let me go to speedrun.com because these are new splits. That was time, by the way. I forgot to say the thing. Dang. My bad. Plague
Yeah,
Knights?
it looks like a 1206 on my screen.
That's what I got on my splits as well. Plague Knight, 100%. My time is a 111 flat. So if I had played a little bit better and didn't chuck 20 seconds away to standing there and doing nothing, I could have PB'd. But this was so fun. And man, I killed it. That was so much better than my shovel run by comparison.
Yeah, like that was really good. Get your GGs out, by the way, to Moo for not only showcasing a really great Plague Knight run for 100%, but throwing away a PB for your entertainment while also celebrating his birthday. Like, you just had it all in one there. You could have had a PB for your birthday instead.
Oh man, that
you
would have been
chose the
real
Luigi
sick.
kill.
If I had played better, though, I could have had the PB and the Luigi kill. I should have played better. That's the lesson I learned here.
Just play better and get the PB with the Luigi kill. That seems right. But, we do have even more Shovel Knight for you. And, like, I think you also wanted to show off the strut, right?
Yes. Let me go get to that real quick while you go ahead and say some stuff and things. I will go ahead and plug
Absolutely.
that in.
First and foremost, just let me remind everyone that you're all awesome for being here. But secondly, that if you missed out on any of our hotfix shows, because we do have quite a few new ones starting up in the next couple of weeks as well, check out our archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And we do have on those new shows, you can check out the information for when they start and what they are, and watch our Twitter. So check out our Twitter and go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix for information on those. We also have a poll coming up that will determine what color our final run with Spectre Knight is going to be. We've got magenta, we got the spooky black and orange, we've got plain old orange. I'm going to downplay that one. Cotton candy, blue and pink. So if you want more cotton candy, you can have it. And then we've got sky blue. So while Moo shows off the the cheat code here to give us our Simon Belmont or Alucard strut. Was this originally the planned walk sequence for it?
I think so. Look at this! This is so cool!
Oh my god.
Hydro Storm!
That is
It's
absolutely
so well animated.
Yeah, that is absolutely really smooth and almost too smooth.
I think that's
Holy
probably
buckets.
why. Because, like, in general with this game, one of the things that they were trying to achieve was that retro look. So if they made something that looked a little too good, they did tone it down a little more.
Yep. So we will be right back. We're going to take a quick break. Go vote in that poll if you want. There is 5 choices. Go vote and have a great time taking care of yourself, stretch and hydrate while we get Spectre Knight ready for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 21 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I am your host tonight as we bring you one more speedrun of a category that has never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event. And as always, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx events, and you'd like to submit them to the show, please type NBS into the, well, exclamation point NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs. I would love to have you. So we are celebrating one more run, one more birthday run with Moo in the form of Spectre Knight, 100%. And looking at things, it looks like the winner is resoundingly spooky black and orange colors because, you know, it's Spectre Knight, it's Halloween. Well, it's October. It's close enough to Halloween.
There's your color. Pretty good. I do like this one quite a lot.
Yeah, that one's actually
Not the one
pretty sick.
It's not the one I usually run, but I respect this choice. Absolutely. Oh, and speaking of Spectre Knight, don't ever talk to me or my son or my son's son or my son's son's son ever again.
Oh my goodness, just like, look at all the memorabilia. It's so good.
I like you some Shovel Knight, perhaps just a tiny bit. By the way, that tabletop game is amazingly fun to play. Highly recommend if anyone could go check it out. Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels. I sometimes do that on stream like every other week.
Ooh.
But yes, the boys all need to go sit somewhere else so that I can actually split without destroying them.
So what can folks expect with this run?
So, Spectre Knight is very similar to Ninja Gaiden in a sense. You have a kind of stubby but very fast attack, and you have the ability to jump and climb off of walls. You also have, unique to Spectre, but very similar to Sonic, a dash attack, which is semi-homing in nature. It is a really fun character, especially once you start to get upgrades. When the character came out, I actually campaigned and worked really hard. I grinded until I had world record for the 4 major categories on the main leaderboard. Any percent, low percent, new game plus, and 100%. And I had them all for a while. I just haven't been keeping up with it. It's a lot of work, especially to do 4 separate categories back to back to back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. But it was a lot of fun. I love this character, and 100% is absolutely one of my favorite categories for this character. Where's that water?
Yeah, it sounds like you need to hydrate now.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab that cup real quick. I'm sorry, just to make sure. But yes, the run will be starting very, very soon. Where's that water?
So in the meantime,
Okay, I have water.
we have water. Before I can
Kitchen
even
hot
say
water.
in the meantime anything, it's like we have water.
Okay. Ready to go, and I'll go ahead and count us down.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Yep, check, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So, Spectre Knight 100%. Kind of starts out similarly to any percent. And that's because one of the major upgrades that kind of defines this character is an armor that we can't access because of how expensive it is. We'll have to do the first 2 stages very vanilla style. So this is very similar to just any percent in general, and low percent actually. You can already see, nice big sight, very, very fast and great at chewing through enemies. In the air, you get a homing attack. You can still do the regular attack if there's no targets nearby, but as soon as you're close enough to an enemy, you'll do the dash attack, which, nice. Sometimes I can do that, which is a double dash. Mario Kart strats. You have to be very particularly spaced out to do those. But the dash is a quite fast movement tool, so until I get beefier movement options, I'm going to be doing double dashes if I can, or dash attacks whenever possible. In terms of things that Spectre Knight has to collect, a lot of money for armors. You don't need to use money on sub-weapons, but you do need to use these red skulls that are scattered throughout the stages. There are 100 of those that I need to collect. And then once I do have the weapon, I can actually upgrade them to make them more powerful. So it's going to be armors, sub-weapons, their upgrades, and these red skulls. Now, I do need a fair chunk of money. Ow. Also, I briefly forgot to mention one of the other things they'll be getting. Health and darkness upgrades, which are right here. There is usually one in every stage. There's a couple that don't have them, but they provide you with some type of max benefit. So will is your health, and the darkness wisps are my sub-weapon ammo, which you get a little bit every time you kill an enemy. So this game really rewards you for being aggressive. Because Spectre can wall climb, what I just did was some ladder skipping. It is not something you can do in a lot of places because normally when Spectre jumps off of a wall, you get pushed away really far. But in some very small, tight spaces, you can actually do what I just did. Jumping is faster than climbing up a ladder normally. So there's your first level, and then we have, you'll never guess, it's Black Knight.
Oh boy, Black Knight.
So Black Knight now has a trusty steed.
Oh, that's a development.
It does make the fight a little bit trickier, but also a little bit more incredibly hilarious. I really feel like I'm just yelling at him to stop hitting himself. And I won't get to do that again later, unfortunately. So I'm taking advantage of it while I can. Black Knight and Shovel Knight, when they are boss fights, they're kind of like the player character where they have knockback and iframes, but when Black Knight is on Terrapin, does not have that benefit. So you can just bully him like that. So Spectre Knight's campaign is very different compared to Shovel and Plague. First of all, you have access to sub-weapons basically immediately. I'm picking up the Dread Talon. This thing hits like a truck. It also, when it's upgraded, will give me super armor, which is really cool. But this thing will go through armored enemies, deals a full heart of damage. Quite useful. A little bit of air movement. You have to do one of those little challenge rooms that kind of teaches you how to use the weapon every time. And it's kind of funny because there's a very small time save that I'll actually be getting to do in just a moment because of the Dread Talon. But yeah, this is the hub. I'll be coming there every time I beat a stage. I gotta go back there and do a little bit of shopping in some way, shape, or form. Darn, I tried. Okay, so I'll get one more try at that. Yes, time save. The amount of time that I saved was not having to ride on one more of those falling platforms. Very important time save. This character is a lot of fun when you have a lot of enemies that you can just kind of fly through. This is definitely 100% me in my element. With Plague Knight, I absolutely love Plague Knight, but my times with Plague Knight are far more focused on 100% and 80%. Spectre, I definitely have this character completely under my belt, which feels great. I always feel like I'm in power when I'm playing this character.
Yeah, like I recall, this was actually not this run specifically, but Spectre Knight was actually the run that you did at AGDQ, right?
Yes.
And that was actually my first exposure to you, and I was just like absolutely like crazy about your energy. Like I was just like very, very like just like really into it. And I was just like, when you submitted to the show, I was like, if I didn't have a big old queue right now, like I would like, and you had submitted Plague Knight specifically, and I was just like, I need to find a use for this. And then I realized, wait a minute, I could just catch him on one of my season premieres, because that's usually the show I set aside every season that revisits games, but like with new categories, or like categories that aren't showcased on the main stage.
Yeah, I've been considering, like, would I want this a GDQ? Yes, but also I understand fully that this is a kind of volatile run because of just how many checkpoints you're breaking, and it's not something I ever really expected to get into any events, really. So this is really cool as far as like opportunities go. I'm super excited to be showing this off because I get to stream a lot more. That's definitely absolutely going to happen. You may have noticed I'm already breaking 1 billion checkpoints. And that's an auto-scroller, and I've kind of been in this level for a while, so kind of terrible. If something were to happen to me in this room. Thank you. That's definitely not the intended way of going through that room either.
It almost looks completely intended.
I try to make it look good.
So, maybe I had missed it, but what's money like for this run compared to like Plague Knight or Shovel Knight?
So I don't have to break every checkpoint. I have to break all the ones that are worth like a good chunk of money. Anything that has like 500 or more. Basically the yellows and the reds. This is the triple Java room. I need to focus on this. Okay, we're fine. I do need a lot of money, no doubt, but it's far more secure feeling in general.
Okay.
Okay, and we're clear with the first stage. As you can see, I do have a lot of money on me right now, and the bosses all award you like a different amount of money. Propeller Knight, being supposedly one of the harder fights, not only benefits us with giving us a ton of money for beating him. Oops, come on. That's assuming that I can beat him. Come on. There we go. Do some interesting shenanigans to deal some damage. But yeah, he gives you 3,000 gold. Because you can pick the stages in any order, it really helps us out to be able to do him immediately. We just get all the money that we need. He unlocks one of the best sub-weapons that we can purchase. The bosses that you beat specifically unlock a dedicated sub-weapon. So Propeller gives us Judgment Rush. And what this is like, if you thought the dash attack was cool as a homing attack, this thing goes through walls. It just literally flies you over to the enemy and destroys them. So it's amazing. And then all that money that... Yes?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, but I actually vividly remember that move in particular throughout the entire run.
Yeah. It's a good one. And then I just did some menuing to get Rail Mail. This is the single best increase to Spectre Knight's mobility. Like, if you told me I could only buy one thing to make Spectre go fast, it's Rail Mail. Because now I can skate. And Skater Boy goes real fast. Also, skating ignores spikes in terms of them being a hazard. You can just grind over them. So this is an interesting use of Judgment Rush. Normally, it won't target an enemy that's in a wall, and because that fairy was kind of close but not in the wall, I actually delayed just enough for it to go in the wall so I could target the rat. And stuff like that is what keeps Judgment Rush from being this instant win button. You have to know when and where to use it. My very limited darkness capacity is now being increased. Judgment Rush consumes a whole bar. So doing Exploratorium is nice because we just get an immediate Darkness Wisp. So now I have 3 bars. But it also unlocks the next best weapon that we're going to be using. Have to not get crushed or killed. Ah! Okay, we're fine. Ow, less fine. Okay, we're fine. Woo! Okay, we're still fine. Oh, no, I forgot to do something. Okay, that was close. So, I forgot to change my Joyta key. Like I said before, I'm using that to switch over to certain sub-weapons. Claw is one of the weapons that I need bound to a certain key. And I was like, oh no, I'm not actually using the weapon. I need to quickly fix that. Ow. Okay. Please. Ow. I'm gonna heal. So this is a really hard quick kill if I can get it.
Chicken like carcass instead of an actual turkey. Or turkey carcass, like a skeleton. There we go.
It's got lots of calcium.
I had to sit there for a second like, did he just? Yeah, he just did that.
Judgment Rush is also bound to my my joystick. Judgment Rush targeting any enemy and then flying me over to them is a great panic button in case I happen to fall over a pit or something. Oh, also, unique to Spectre Knight are these enemies called Mimics, or Mimics actually. They're very cute, but man do they hit hard. Mimics deal 2 full hearts of damage if I get hit by one. But they also give you a ton of money. But don't worry, I will pet a dog later, just not the ones that bite me. Here's Plague Knight. Now, the gimmick for Plague Knight this time around is that Plague Knight actually makes clones of himself this time. And the real one has the blue, get over here, bottle in his hand. Not a bad fight. Oh, don't worry, Lion Tamer, because the Skillabro will come out later, and there's some really cool stuff that you can do with that. That was a gold? Interesting. Oh, wow. That was not a bad fight, but I didn't expect it to gold. So after you beat a couple stages, instead of dream sequences, Spectre gets flashbacks, where we play as Spectre when he was alive. This is Donovan. So I have a lot of the same abilities, but I don't have my armors, and I don't get my sub-weapons either. I do get to keep my health and magic upgrades, which is kind of weird. Very strange. Also, all the money that I get in this flashback will be transferred directly to my pocket.
Yeah, that's how flashbacks work, by the way, totally. It's not time travel, it's a flashback.
Yes. I suddenly remembered that it was in my pocket. This whole time. So, beating Plague Knight gives us the Bounding Soul. This is the premier weapon that I was using for a lot of New Game Plus and for any percent. And the reason why is because when you upgrade it, which I will be doing immediately
With a
after I
capital
finish
E.
dying. Great. When you upgrade this thing, it does piercing damage, so it doesn't just get destroyed or gobbled up when you hit an enemy with it. And you can dribble it. So everybody get up, it's time to slam jam. Yeah! That was good menuing. It also increases the amount of shots that I can have on the screen at the same time. So in general, upgrading the weapons is really good, but I can't realistically keep doing that. It's too expensive to do repeatedly, and then you would have to go up there every time. So we kind of have our upgrades for now. We will be using the unupgraded stuff later. Yes! Shoutouts to the very Castlevania-style music for this stage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a banger.
I love this. Hidden by Night. I actually use all the... I love the music so much in this game. I use all the song names for the stages as my split names.
Oh, that is actually kind of a cool way to handle your splits.
I really get into Spectre. It's been so much fun for me just playing through this character. This movement kit is so good.
Was Spectre your first speed game?
No, that was actually Tropical Freeze. Shout out to the Tropical Freeze community. Shout outs to Michael Goldfish, Spike Vegeta, NKB, Not So Newbie, Cruncha, Ghoul. They're all my OG buddies that got me into speedrunning, really. I absolutely love all of them.
Yeah, like I was curious because like usually folks get really, really passionate, especially about like their first speed game, if it was like one that really stuck with them.
Here's a cool moment. Rush. Rush. As I've been working on my own game for a while, I kind of realized that, like, not everything that you do in a video game needs to be hard. Like, that moment in general was a really cool, satisfying moment. I'm just like, that's really neat. Oh, I did something terrible. Okay. Okay, I fixed it. That was really scary.
Oh,
but yeah,
my goodness.
Yacht Club put in some really great moments like that, and it's like, man, that felt super cool to do. Like, it wasn't particularly hard, but I love doing it.
Yeah, that looks like a mix of Spectre for you. Like, there's a mix of difficult things, but then there's a mix of, like, really cool movement with him that doesn't look too complex, that someone can just pick up and have fun with.
This fight is definitely one of those hard parts. Yeah! Got it.
Oh, nice.
You gotta work for that one. The Phantom Striker, surprise, surprise, the boss for this stage. You're kicking him out of here, basically, and you're taking over the Lich Yard. Phantom Striker spends a lot of time being invulnerable to damage or teleporting around. So being able to do that fight quickly is quite the challenge. This is the Skeletal Sentry. This thing is awesome. You get to just summon a buddy, and you can detonate it. Now, it's not... It's Skillabuddy. It's so good. And everyone used to call him Skelebro. There used to be the any percent weapon of choice. Going to Iron Whale. Need to remember that. Hey, it's a kid to bully. We can get more lunch money. Oh man, I was really worried about that. Yeah, I got him. So yeah, Reese is back. Reese is actually really important to the plot for this character, which is kind of surprising because Reese was a backer character, but they got permission and they wrote up a really cool story. I actually really like the story is super touching. It's really cute. End up having to save Reese by the end of the game. Yeah, now we got Iron Whale. Same as before, slightly higher jumps, slower fall speed in the water. I'm gonna be trying a really difficult trick in an upcoming room. Shoutouts to the Steelheart. Fortuity Steelheart is one of the runners that made this trick a lot easier to do. Nice. Yeah! It's really easy to target the wrong enemy with that rush, and it wastes a ton of time. And that room just comes out super smooth and clean as a result. Yo, I got it! Oh my god, okay. That means I can do... Ha! Yeah! If you can leave that manta ray alive, you can Judgment Rush it on the way back.
Ooh.
Cool, and I have just enough darkness to do this. That's not enough for another rush. Means I'm gonna have to grab some darkness because there's a really weird shenanigan I can do. Okay, that's a lot more of a problem, but I can do this. It's back up. This is not the intended way to get that skull, that's for sure. Yes, still being able to skate at full speed underwater. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. It's amazing. So Tithalon this time is a slightly similar but very interesting fight because we can use the Bounding Soul and ricochet repeatedly off of this thing's face. During GDQ, I ended up using the Barrier Lantern a lot for kills like this. So this is closer to the any percent style. Did you? Oh, that was close. Okay. But yeah, you can see how like ricocheting the Bounding Souls repeatedly is just a really effective murder weapon.
Yeah, like, oh my goodness.
Ooh, here's the use for the Dread Talon. Ah, nice. You just barely get to make it over that gap with the Talon. You can't otherwise. And then Bounding Soul does also have some applications for hitting things like switches, which is another reason why it's such a good weapon to just pick up and upgrade. Oh, I hate this room. Oh, that's an awkward room. Okay, we're fine. Ow. So, Bertha's coming up. Oh, man. She give him big smooch.
Oh my god, I'm having Mario 3 flashbacks right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what she is. Oh my god. She hits like a truck as well. She also deals 2 full hearts if you let her smooch you. That's real bad. Hit. No. I forgot to jump. Ooh, okay, so I have to redo the Tithalon mini boss section, but there's no boss, so I just kind of get to skate through. This is actually a really cool section without it being an auto-scroller.
Ooh.
I didn't make the judgment. Anyways, yeah, I kind of wish the just uncap the game. No more auto-scrollers, please. I just want to skate. Skate or die. Oh, speaking of more excuses to skate or die, part of the way that I practice this game is because I play on PC. We do have modding tools for it. If you're interested, I can totally let you know where to do that when I'm not dying. On the server, we have a link for that stuff. Ooh, and it's really cool because it also allows you to do things like warp to King Knight stages as Spectre Knight. So you can play through a whole other campaign's worth of levels like that.
Wait, that works?
Yeah! For some of them. It's not fully functional, so I can't say it's not gonna, you know, work perfectly. Ooh, got him! He didn't even leave the ground. By the way, that was a boss. Ooh, that was a gold split. Nice. Diet golds. None of the time saved, but all the satisfaction. So beating Iron Will gives us access to Hover Plume. This is probably everyone's favorite weapon casually because it is literally just a get-out-of-jail-free card. When you upgrade it, it actually makes you invincible while you're hovering, which is really, really awesome. I'm not going to be getting to do that for a very, very long time, unfortunately. And it's also really, really slow to float like that, so I'm not going to be doing it all that often. But it is still good, and there is some time to be saved with it. It's just really expensive as a weapon to use as well. You pay attention to my darkness for this particular intro stage, intro of this stage. Gets a little close. There is a darkness wisp that I'll be getting from this stage, and up until that point, I have a very specific amount of darkness that I'm going to be using. And this rat needs to cooperate with me. Come on, come on, come on! Yeah!
So let's go. Like, people are loving your energy, by the way. At
it feels
1 a.m.
so good to do all these. Oh yeah, it is kind of late.
Like, it's incredible how much energy you have at this hour for most folks.
I'm having a good time.
Like, I'm glad you are, because, like, I know I'm a lot lower key and more reserved, but, like, I'm having a great time just watching and laughing and having, like, just listening to you right now.
Whew, okay. That helps keep me stable. I prefer to have more reserved duo commentary, so that works out perfectly for me, honestly.
That's good to know, because, like, I can be high energy, but, like, for the most part, I actually prefer to just be more low key. This is a late night show. I like it to be a little chiller, if you will.
Yeah, I'll get exhausted real quick out of my own shenanigans. Speaking of my own shenanigans, I hope you like this one. This is actually, they were going... Muncha, when he saw this, because Muncha used to work for Yacht Club, was like, huh, I wonder if I should report them. I'm like, no, don't report this. This is amazing. That looks like a bug. I'm like, no, it's not. That's a feature.
Bug? What are you talking about? I only see features here.
That is a safety checkpoint. I'll let you know that right now because I don't want to reach you any more than I have to for this stage. I'm going to be doing some really terrifying jumps in a second. Okay. Cool. Switch to Judgment Rush. Ooh, I have enough for this feather. Let's go. Oh, I screwed it up. Let's not go. I never have enough darkness for the feather. I don't know where that came from. Reminder that I love swagging, and this is an auto scroller, so, you know, I'm gonna put my own life at risk a couple times, but I kind of am obligated to. try. Yeah! That's a really stupid, hard to do swag that I just love throwing into this auto scroller. Also to be safe, I'm going to get this treasure chest up here, which is not much slower than breaking the checkpoint below, but I get to leave the checkpoint intact instead. That was a gold? Okay.
We've been getting a lot of mysterious golds in this run so far.
This is my least optimized Spectre category, that's for sure.
Oh, that's totally fair then.
One, two, three, four, five. Shimmy to the left. Shimmy to the right.
Do we cha-cha real smooth?
Oh yeah, we did. We cha-cha real smooth. That might gold too, because that was a really good kill actually. I've had better? Wow, okay. I gotta step up my game. All right, shout outs to dads. So, everyone spam in chat, go Luan, go. This is Luan, he needs to go. Put on your running shoes. It's GDQ, let's go. Let's go. Oh, he's going, let's go!
Oh, he is going.
That's random, and it saves half a second, a mighty half a second, if he does not stop. Okay, we're fine. Who wants frame and pixel perfect jumps? I do! Oh! I made it, but I took damage. That's unfortunate. But I got it. Got the hard part. So Shield Knight blocks a ton of attacks. Nice. I got a much better pattern than I did at GDQ. This is revenge for GDQ. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, get wrecked! Will it happen? Ah, okay. Those are floating caltrops. Okay, so that stage unlocks the Barrier Lantern. The Barrier Lantern is disgustingly powerful, but not so much when it is not upgraded. But it is a weapon that is basically Leaf Shield, provides you with cover, provides you with contact damage against enemies. So it is very, very handy. It's just not super good when it's not upgraded. Now we're heading into Pridemore. Another banger theme alert. I love that they just literally took the theme and put it in a major key. And they were like, yeah, we're cool. Nice. Okay, do we get the rat boost? Ah, oh well. Rats cooperating is not something I always rely on. Although this room is one of my favorite rooms just because of how silly it looks. The intended strat is definitely not this. Not skating and ignoring 3/4 of the room. I'm gonna wait. I don't want to get burned by lava. Alright, Paul. Was that a bad idea? I just used a feather. That's my New Game Plus muscle memory. And I need a feather later in this stage. I should be fine. Feather use is right here. Going to feather up just high enough to hit this lantern. Nice. And then Judgment Rush. Nice. Calculated. Ooh. Just enough darkness for this rush, and then I'll get a refill in the next room. I want the refill. Okay, we're fine. From downtown.
When I hear that, all I can think about is Elmo's number journey. Which I have like vaguely done a run of. There's like a mini game where he's throwing like softballs at something and he'll go like from downtown. And I'm just like
That's adorable. Oh my god.
there are times where I'm just like he'll go like from downtown and then he'll go for like score and stuff like that. And it's like Elmo doesn't know what sport he's playing, despite the fact that he's throwing like baseballs.
That king fight was all right. I'm okay with it. Okay, so now I'm getting kind of a interesting. It makes me wonder. So you get the shadow mirror from beating King Knight. I wonder if that's because he's so vain. Neat fact about this stage, though, is you can totally destroy that dirt block in a way that doesn't feel intended. Because you can do attacks in this particular challenge area, you can actually do dash attacks as well without the mirror. So it does slightly break the way that that room is intended to be done. Oh, it's Baz. Forgot about that. Baz is here because Baz wants to join the order, and he just broke the window, which is why we deny him. As flashy and cool as that was. Another kind of precise, I'm gonna try and make a... There's an enemy called a Blorb. Those are the slimes. Their official name is the Blorb. There's an icy one that moves on a global cycle. I just barely missed it because I missed the checkpoint. But, come on. Okay, so I do have to wait a little bit. It is really hard, but there is a slightly faster way you can get through that room. It's just, man, you really can't mess up any movement whatsoever. And I can't afford to use more darkness. Don't get hit by the bomb.
Please do not get hit by the bomb.
Nice. Nice. A really fun and awkward looking damage boost. Ooh! I got excited because I got the fake out, but then I got another slash afterwards anyway. These switches have a lot of hit stop on them. You want to try and avoid hitting them as much as possible. That was almost our last will upgrade. We have one more to get. Nice. Another long shot. Nice. This stage is where the rails mechanic is first taught to the player. So these rails that are colored, you grind on them, but they force you in a specific direction. So a lot of the rooms that I've been navigating through, I actually have to find ways to basically trick the game into letting me through anyway. Ha! Ah! Okay. Room covered in spikes. My favorite. Hopefully I can get this trick. Yeah! Killing that guy early means I don't have to bonk into him when I leave. Now, for the reason why I've been collecting these skulls. So, I've been talking to a very friendly fellow, Red. Red is looking for his wife, and one of these skulls is his wife. It's always the 80th skull. So, Red's wife, Scarlet, should be right here. I missed a skull somewhere. Oh, that's the worst thing ever. I missed a skull somewhere. That's a bad... Oh, man. Where did I miss a skull?
I read something in chat about there being a fake gold when... I actually don't remember. It might have been a couple levels ago.
I got a really amazing color gold. Now I just need to remember... Which skull did I forget? Oh, man, if they're talking about Clockwork Tower, that's really awful. I'm gonna have to find out. Oh, no. I will check. Don't worry, Frozen. I will check and find out myself. I want to feel the terrible shock live. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be Tinker's stage because that's the one that was like the questionable gold. Okay, we're fine. And there's Red. Red's wife is now chilling in the lobby. It was Clockwork Tower, that's awful. Okay, so I'll redo that one later. I will have to redo it before I do the last stage. That explains the fake gold. Now I'm trying to figure out which... Oh, there she is. So yeah, she's always the 80th skull, so she does teleport around if you neglect the skull for some reason. Just funny looking. And the other funny part, it would be nice if we gave Red his wife back right now. Oh, okay, I got most of them. It's actually faster to hold on to her for a little bit. Promise we're gonna give her back, don't worry. We're just taking Scarlet for a ride. Showing her the sights. Me screaming!
I think everyone's here for more screaming.
I know I am.
Now that I think about it, because I have to redo Clockwork Tower, I don't have to break a lot of these checkpoints, actually. I'm gonna alter this quite a lot. You know what? I'm gonna continue doing as I normally would. I'm not gonna skimp out on the Hundo experience. That's terrible. This is really terrible. I need to get across the room again.
Oh no. That was the laughter of an evil villain. Are you okay?
I didn't die. Now, speaking of not dying, I may have downplayed the barrier lantern because it's not upgraded a little bit before. It does have one really, really important use, which is making this room not garbage. So those sand blocks, if you fall through them, you just die. Fine. Oh, we're coming up in a great glitch. So, Max Noodle Knight, who is one of the casual players of the community, found this really funny interaction. If I can just put it over here. Cool. Ooh, we're fine. Ow. I'm going to turn the slime, I'm going to turn the lava into slime and then clip through it while that's happening. If I screw up, I'll die. It is a 1 or 2 frame window. Ow. Dang, I want to try it again. I want to make sure I can show this off. Ah, I made it!
Holy buckets.
Okay. We're gonna go back and do Clockwork Tower in a second. Ow. Cool. Yeah, that trick is called Lost Spaghetti.
But how do you
Knees
find your
weak.
spaghetti?
Knees weak, arms are heavy, that's for sure. That is a really easy way to lose your spaghetti and have just a terrible run, that's for sure. So here's the Will Skull. This is a very fun room because you remember that clip I sent you? This is it in slow motion.
Oh, okay.
Now clearly, that means I can do it without healing, right?
In theory.
There we go! I'm good at this game! For everyone who was bothered by the fact that I wasn't getting that skull, you get it now. When you're talking to Red and you hand in an item, he has this animation where he's just disappointed it is not his wife. So it's a good time to pick up that one skull down there. Okay, I didn't mean to do that one damageless, but that was cool too. You need to use the coin there, usually. That was so silly looking. So this is where we would normally go to the tower, but I have to do a little cleanup because I'm bad at video games, so my apologies.
Don't apologize. I'm positive people enjoy more Moo.
Now I'm trying to figure out which skull it was that I missed.
I heard it was the first skull.
No, it's not. I just got the skull. Let me see. Oh, it was this one! Ah, this one! I hate this skull. That skull is very slow to get, and I was definitely on autopilot. Dang it. Hey, at least I got a bunch of the other cool strats. Ooh, okay, that was close. Forgot about that one. So, how was your day?
My thing's pretty good. You know, I got to play some video games, and I got to, like, you know, listen to this one runner called Moo Moo Akai, just screaming for, like, you know, 3.5 hours. It's pretty good. Life's pretty good right now.
Yeah, about that screaming. I typically do a lot of practice to prevent some, you know, terrible mishaps from happening. And practice is supposed to alleviate the possibility of me screaming. And yet somehow, this game will find a way to be like, hey, by the way, catch. And I'm just like, what?
Like, catch what? It's like, oh no. I'm gonna catch this with my face.
I sure will. Ooh, why did I do that like that? That was bad. I should have waited maybe like a little bit longer, but it wasn't that close to crushing me.
Yeah, that was mildly terrifying, not gonna lie.
I grabbed the checkpoint. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the most important part in this stage anyway, so.
That's
Me
never
talking
not
about-
funny.
Me talking about swagging this auto scroll, and I forgot the most important one. Do you happen to have a link to the Spade Brigade, the Shovel Knight speedrunning Discord?
I don't, but I can actually share the. Is it connected to the SRC page?
It should be, yes. So if you're interested in speedrunning any of the characters, all 4 of them, any of their categories, even ones that are not known to man yet, you can totally come into the server, ask us what you would like to run. We'll give you directions and help. We'd be more than happy to.
Yeah, like if I recall from like it was either an interview or your actual run from AGDQ, you had mentioned like that the community is very much like about accessibility of the game.
100%. Yo, Oddbod, let's go! It's the Oddbod in chat, a very good friend. Oddbod did lots of Plague Knight runs. In fact, had world record for Plague Knight for a short amount of time. Which was no small feat to achieve. Ah! Fine. Okay, now we're back on track. So now we're doing Tower 1. Unlike the other characters, Spectre only has a couple of tower stages, just 2 of them. But this will not be any different from them in terms of how difficult it is. Ow. Please. Specifically, if you recall that I had a bit of a heart attack doing the Crusher sections as Shovel and Plague, that definitely applies here as well. Also this room, which I need to move very quickly through. Okay, I made it. Yeah, this is the Crusher section coming up for Spectre. And because it would be more fun, of course, Spectre has a collectible that he has to get while going through this Crusher section. Whoa! Just gonna flip right here. No! Okay, I'm fine. This is fine. It is very barely possible to one-cycle that, but, okay.
Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's under control.
Oh, this room is terrible. Please don't kill me. Okay. Okay. Whew. Please, stop bullying me. I did not get smooshed. Oh man, I don't have enough for the feather. If I had just a tiny bit more darkness, I could do a kind of terrifying way to end the auto-scroller like way sooner. Emotions rad. That's a good way to describe how I tend to do my speedruns.
Yes! Emotions were had. Was that a Moo Moo run? Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Doing my best to read chat, but character has quite a tax on my eyes. Really demands a lot of focus. Okay, not a bad stage overall. So now we have to fight Black Knight. Black Knight normally would take to the skies here, but you can actually knock him down really easily. Get to do this for a while until you run out of darkness. Not a bad fight. One, two, three, four, five. Cool. Okay, so now we get to do a little bit of Spectre's shopping. Grabbing this skull real quick. And getting some of the lore on this character. So, in Shovel Knight's campaign, we watched her dance and she gave us a music sheet. And she'll give you that dance and music sheet after you clear the Lich Yard because she's upset that Spectre did something. I don't know what happened, but apparently this is what happened. Spectre just was not amused by her dance and she is mad that he was not a fan. So, him not being amused means we now have the ability to not be amused with anyone. We have the cold shoulder. Also, the hardest part of the run right here is talking to Steve. Steve, come down here. Thank you. Grab this skull. Thank you. And we do our remaining weapon upgrades. So I picked up quite a bunch of them. They all have some use, mostly used in New Game Plus. By the time we actually upgrade them in 100%, we don't actually get to have much more use of them. But they all have definitely neat and more beneficial effects as we move along. Okay, my money's good. And I'm gonna go play with the dog real quick.
Doggo!
Well, first I'm gonna pet the dog right now. I'll play with the dog later. Good dog. We are almost done with the run. This is kind of funny that Barrier Lantern just gets to do this. But yeah, we're almost done, and there are 2 more skulls left to collect. They are in this stage, which is really awkward because when you beat the game as Shovel and Plague, you can finish it with 100%. You have to go back into a cleared file as Spectre in order to complete his campaign. So the timing doesn't actually end on the last hit coming up. I have a couple more things that I need to do first. Like be afraid of this room. Good. Good, okay. That went surprisingly well. Spooky. So spooky. Spooky. I'm glad you believe him. So here's Enchantress. And dead. Very nice. Good kill. You are limited by your darkness capacity, but being able to slow down time and reflect the bounding soul at her repeatedly is really nice. And then we have Nightmare Reese. This fight is a nightmare because the rails that I'm grinding on are random. Ooh, these look terrible. And I could very easily get killed because I'm going to be using a lot of my darkness to try and attack this boss. Okay. Nice, good kill.
Nice.
So this is typically the end for the other categories, 80%, low percent, and New Game Plus. Okay, just a little bit more to do. I have to mash through the credits. I mean, technically, it would be faster if I just Alt F4 and reopen the game, but in the spirit of making this game accessible to all people who play it, we forbid closing the game and opening it. Because you can run this thing on Wii U, Switch, PS4, Xbox 360, One, I think. There's 10 different versions of this game, including Amazon Fire TV. So in order to make sure you're not getting some kind of time gain by just being able to Alt F4 and just open it up immediately on PC, we do not allow you to close the program while you're doing the runs.
Time to have the credits zoom in.
I should have. I forgot. I should have. Well, oh well. It's not a big deal. My name's in the credits. Did some playtesting for them. Okay. So it's time for that moment of truth. First of all, we're going to return Scarlet. Scarlet has had enough of the wild ride that was taking her to Tower 1, 2, and 3. Now, the reason why we do this like this is because after you turn in 80 skulls, you have purchased all of the sub-weapons. And after that, any additional skull you turn in gives you 500 gold. So what Yacht Club wanted to do was, okay, so the 80th skull is Scarlet. You turn in all your sub-weapons, and then you turn in Scarlet. If we hang on until we get all of the other skulls, then Red just gave us like 12,500 or something like that. And we have one skull left. You always hold on to one last skull, because when you turn in all 100 skulls, you get the caltrops and you get a cosmetic armor, Donovan's set. And those are required for 100%. So it turns out that it's a little bit faster and we get more money by doing it like this, where we just hold on to Scarlet for as long as possible and then we get to watch this cute dance.
It's adorable. Again, the art in this game is absolutely delightful, including the animation.
Yeah, this dance actually is really well animated. I really, really like it. I like the treble dance more because it's more over the top and ridiculous, but this is still a really cute dance. Now I get to buy the last of my armors before I talk to Red. It's a shame that we don't get to use these other armors in the run because they're all also really cool. They actually have really fun abilities. I get to skate though. I did manage to buy all of them, so we're coming up on that 100%. Time ends on the appearance of the caltrops, so... And now, 103.25.
GG.
Thank you.
Everyone get your GGs out for the third and final night of the run, also by Moomookai. What a good set of, like, runs, honestly. Like, that was still underestimated, even though you had to go repeat an entire stage.
I am the best Spectre Knight player. And that was accounted for in the estimate. Me sometimes not being that good at Spectre Knight. I did promise to play with Doggo. The good boy. This is so cute.
It's so good.
Oh yeah, also a lot of people don't know about this, but if you double tap down, instead of doing the cold shoulder, if you have Donovan set equipped, you do this dance, which is just super swag. Yeah, that was Spectre. That was all 3 nights, 1, 2, 3, 100%. That was fun. Thank you for having me.
It was my pleasure, like, absolute pleasure. Like, I want you to just take a moment, though, to, like, quickly just, like, tell lovely people where they can find you, what you do when you're not speedrunning. And I'm going to go ahead and relink the leaderboards and your Twitch in chat as well. But you're developing a game, aren't you?
I am. So I have been working on my own game for a little while now. Basically, shortly after King Knight was released and the pandemic hit, I was like, I have a lot of free time and I need to do something productive. Yacht Club really inspired me. I'm a huge Mega Man fan, and I really played Mega Man 11 speedruns for a long time. So both of those elements, plus my biggest inspiration, Mega Man Zero, that is the kind of game that I'm developing. So I've been working on my own project. I'll drop a link to the itch.io. It's completely free. It's not finished, so I wouldn't pay for it. But you know, if you feel like dropping some change my way, it helps me out. I'm working full-time on this game myself. And yeah, it's a Mega Man Zero style game. So you're going to be able to use a saber, use your buster, use a ton of sub-weapons, and I want the same kind of action that I've been playing in Shovel Knight, that I've been playing in Mega Man, that I've been playing in Mega Man Zero. That's what I want to do, that's what I aim to do, and you can follow me on Twitter. I post updates on Screenshot Saturday. You have my Twitch. I sometimes stream this game if you want to hear me screaming some more. That's where you can find me doing that. And occasionally I'll do developer streams where I just have Game Maker Studio open and I'm just programming and testing out features. But yeah, if you want to try the game out, please do. Give me feedback. I would love to hear feedback on the game. I appreciate everyone for everything. Thank you for letting me do this run. I'm glad that I have people who enjoy watching this run. Shout out to the Shovel Knight community, who has been super fun to be a part of. And shout out to Muncha who got me there. You know, I'm so glad that Muncha pulled me into this game. Shout out to all the people who really work hard on the different characters. Smoggy, Applesauce, Tolu, Bread Pan. You have Spleen who was working really hard on King Knight, and you have Magic Madman who has the record right now for King Knight. David, who's been a real good friend of mine. He went to bed earlier, but he does lots of other speedruns, but he also did a ton of Shovel Knight speedruns. So yeah, I think that's all my shoutouts. Also Oddbot, who's there right now. That's a cool dude. Definitely did a ton of Plague Knight speedruns, and some King Knight speedruns as well. And some Spectre Knight speedruns. I think he only didn't do the Blue Man. But yeah, I'm good.
I want to thank you again for being on the show, and happy birthday again. Like, everyone tell Moo Moo happy birthday. He's been a whole new year older for a whole 2 hours.
Oh man, it is almost 2 in the morning. I just don't feel it. This game gives me so much energy. I love it.
Exactly. So I just want to remind everyone that we appreciate your support through your subscriptions and bits. Consider subscribing to help us support future broadcasts. If you want to check out our new shows that are coming up in the next couple of weeks, or even any of the new additions as well, check out gamesdonequick.com/hotfix and watch our Twitter for information on when they start. And lastly, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern is going to be The First Step with J Hobbs and Keyzeron. They're going to be playing Deathloop. So, you know, you should check that out. It's going to be pretty cool. They're pretty great hosts. But here's to another season of Never Before Seen. I'm looking forward. I'm also coming up on a year of being with Hotfix, so that is exciting. That'll be in December, so we're not far off. About 3 shows off from that. But thank you all so much for watching. We're going to take a quick break and then send you all over to another speedrunner who is doing awesome speedrun things. Send them all of your positive vibes and good energy at this wonderful hour of 2 a.m. Eastern. So take it easy, y'all. Have a great rest of your night.
Good night.